Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, beautiful people. It's good to see you today. Thank you for being here. Whether it's on the Twitch or the YouTube, it's good to have you around, and it's also good to be continuing an adventure. And in this case, we're going to be continuing the adventure of Pentiment. So, last episode that we did, the Baron Rothvogel has been murdered. Not only has the Baron been murdered, but Brother Piero, our friend from the scriptorium, an old frail man who seemed like he wouldn't hurt a fly, has been detained under suspicion of murdering the Baron upon our discovery of his body as he, well, simply took the knife out of his back. We have been... Hello, sweetie. What are you doing? You're on the move? Has the sound and screen caught your interest? Oh, hello as well, Hood. Good to see you. Come on in and get cozy, you beauty. Look at you coming to join us, little senator. Now, the other thing I was going to say is Brother Florian, the physician of the Abbey, invited us back to help with the autopsy to determine cause of death. But first of all, he told us we should take some time to clear our head by going to the Druckers to have a meal. And I think that is going to be exactly what we do. First, let's also take a quick check to see if we can stop by the guest house, see if there's any information that will be valuable to us. Ooh! Indeed we have something. What's this? A letter to the Baron from Prior Ferring. What's it about? My god, Lorenz was blackmailing Ferring to get him to perform some kind of occult ritual. Holy shit, that's actually... Sweetie? Yeah, please don't eat the cables. Good girl, that's better. So, that's a death sentence if he's caught performing something occult. It's one thing to read books on magic, but few are foolish enough to attempt to actually practice what's written within. Some of the substances used in these rituals are dangerous, even lethal, and God forbid someone in the Inquisition finds out about it. Well, things have automatically grown to be a little bit more spicy. Not the succulents, not the succulents. No, not the succulents. Come on, you impulsive little critter. You know you can't just start tearing everything up just because I've started streaming. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. No eating cactuses. Up you go. Up, up. Good. Play here. Play on the bed. That's given her the blitz of energy she needed. Now, where were we? So, we've just discovered that Prior Ferring was being blackmailed by Baron Rothvogel. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty damning piece of evidence to just stumble upon that. Is there anything else? I mean... What was the tale of the ritual, exactly? So it was a cult, but... Is there anything more specific? Away she goes. Oh, how could I forget? Let's give Mouse Fang a repeat. And into the lower abbey. Right, let's make our way back to town. I'm really thrown for a loop. Because Now we're in a position where I'm just completely blind. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what's going on. What I do know is that anytime we eat, it's going to advance time. So if we can avoid going straight to the Druckers, we might find some more information out. See if there's anyone in the forest, anyone in the village. Just anything we can glean some insight off of. Ooh, the kids are at the old salt mine. What are the kids doing here? Paul, hi. Oh, okay, so we've got Paul, who is the Mills child. I can't remember what the name of the other gal is. I want to say Elsa? Oh, Anna. Fwogs. Anna's the baker's daughter. Okay, and she continues to be a sweetheart. And Bertold is the Drucker's child. You can see he's got the font that makes it out to be that he's got the printing press dialect. Frogs. Yeah. We're not really looking for frogs. Yeah, what are you doing? I am. Yeah. Oh, Anna never changed. Bertold, me too. So they're looking for frogs. It appears you're outnumbered. Why don't you tell me what you're really up to? It's nothing bad. What's Paul doing? We're throwing rocks. But that's fine, kids. Rocks down the hole. You're throwing rocks in the old mine? Maybe. It's just they fall for a long way. And if you lie on the edge, you can hear them go clink way down there. I've thrown 100 rocks. Yeah, that's a kid, alright. It's really not that many. But it's not that many. How many rocks have they put down there? I wonder if they throw enough rocks, will it eventually pile up high enough that we can climb down? Okay, so there's definitely rocks down there. Thank you, Anna. Salt? Dad says the dead guys ate it. He means the Romans. They built the salt mine, the aqueduct too. Paul's an intelligent kid. The aqueduct, the Imperial Road, and many other besides. It seems this town is riddled with Roman building projects. Tell him about the treasure. Ooh, Anna, what treasure? There's something shiny at the bottom. It's what we want to hit with the rocks. What do you suppose it could be? I don't know. I guess I hadn't thought about it. The treasure. We should get it. We absolutely should, but these kids shouldn't. It's a long way down there. You could be hurt. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to live forever. Bertold. Dad says that's blasphemy. Ooh. Are you going to tell Andreas? I should let your mothers know you play here, yes. That would be the responsible thing. No, the treasure will be our secret. But I don't want to tell people about the treasure, but we should absolutely let the mothers know that they play here. Just so they are safe. No, please don't. I should go until later. Bye. Oh, bless you. Above all else, the safety of the children has to take priority. Anything else? Anything else? Well, there's Smokies, isn't there? Let's see if there's anyone new here. In fact, can we chat with him about what's just happened? Did you need something, Master Mailer? No, thank you. No, we can't talk to him about it. That's like, oh, hey, Master Mailer. Interesting. Okay, we can't go further. We have to speak with Klaus. Yeah, that makes sense. Notice how it's put in reverse. So when it's put into the press, it comes out the right way round. It's clever. Good day, Andreas. Back from the Abbey already? It's only noon. Andreas, are you alright? We don't look alright. No, something terrible has happened. Yeah, let's leave it at that. Oh, God, what? No, forgive me. Come inside and sit down for a minute. I'd appreciate a moment of rest. Not an imposition at all. My friends are always welcome in my home. Besides, I could use your opinion on something. Okay. It's very kind of him. Very kind. Marie! And there's little Bert. Good day, Andreas. Should I fix you a plate? If it's not too much trouble, I'd appreciate it. I'm always glad to eat your cooking, Marie. Yeah, let's be enthusiastic. Oh my, Klaus, you must invite Andreas over more often, so I can hear someone compliment my food. Your cookie is lovely, darling. Hello. Hello, Bert. How are you? Sleepy. Bless him. Throwing rocks is hard work, man. Go back to my workshop. Ooh, so this is the printing press. I'm going to do a new run of Till Eulenspiegel. Eulenspiegel? Eulenspiegel. There was a printing a few years ago in Strasbourg, but it was awful. Almost bereft of illustrations. What do you think of these new ones? Ooh. I think we should give him some genuine advice here, because one of the things that I think would happen with the density and the busyness during this period of technology is that the ink would smudge, and it would be more than likely to ruin the page. I would suggest running this in 2 passes with the background elements in a lighter ink to help the characters stand out. Smart. That's a fine idea. I'll pass on your compliments to Marie. Are these her woodcuts? Bloody hell, she did those. They are. The drawings were mine, but she did the block cuts. I've got enough talent to draw the designs, but only she can do the woodcuts and the type. I like how this game handles people's abilities and skills. Like, no one person does everything. Everyone has their own talents and unique abilities. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ, our Lord. Amen. 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 I'm hungry. Let's give him a little chuckle. He's a sweet kid. Andreas, what were the bells for at the Abbey? They were sounding for a long time. Okay, first and foremost, compared to the meal we had yesterday, this is some premium nosh. We've got sausages, we've got bread. What's this? Is that scrambled egg? Oh, if it's scrambled egg, we're going to be eating well. The visiting nobleman, Lorenz Rothvogel, was found murdered in the chapter house. Ooh, this is going to be quite a moment. God in heaven! He just rode by here yesterday. Yes, and it gets worse. One of the elderly brothers I work with in the scriptorium, Piero, was accused of the crime. That's awful. A murder in Kiersall? How could a monk do such a thing? I'm sorry, Andreas. The Baron seemed like an interesting man, and I know he's been a patron of the Abbey for years. How did he die? Could it have been an accident? And does the abbot really believe that Brother Piero killed him? You've always spoken of him in the kindest terms. So here's the thing. What is Andreas going to be saying? You know what? There is a child at the table. But no, I can't believe Piero did it. I can't imagine him harming anyone. Oh, don't hold back on my account. I've had children and even helped Agnes deliver a few. I'm not squeamish. Yes, blood! But if it wasn't Brother Piero, who do you think you could have done it? I was holding back for the child, not the woman, just to be clear. I did see Lucky Steinauer get into a shouting argument with Lorenz yesterday, just before I walked by your place. Lucky? Why would he have cause to shout at a nobleman? Okay, now we get to choose our food. We've got sausage, farmer's bread, egg pasta. Egg pasta. Oh my goodness. That looks fantastic. That's made from scratch too. Hey Vincent, good to see you. No, I don't know what the right thing to start with in this meal is. So, the farmer's bread that's currently hidden behind me, it's this bread here that you can see up here. And it looks delicious. It's got a bit of butter on it. I think that's going to be the right starting point. A nice bit of buttery bread. There's probably something else going on that you wouldn't know about here. What do you mean by that? Yeah, let's absolutely go for it. Let's get some more information. I'm not one to trade gossip, but if you really want to know, talk to some of the other women in town. Or Mother Cecilia up at the Abbey. Why Mother Cecilia? I didn't realise she saw much of passing. This is interesting. Okay, so we've got people we can speak to now to get more information on the Baron. So clearly there's a lot more going on than we expected. It's not just a case of the Baron has pissed off a few people bad enough to kill him. It's Baron has pissed off everyone bad enough to kill him, it seems. Oh, there's no need for that. Lucky is a forthright man. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll tell you what the argument was about. Thank you both. That's good advice. There's something else, though. What else is there? When Lorenz and I were walking through the meadow, the widow Kemperin came out of the woods and... Yes? Well, she cursed him. People would believe that pagan curses actually hold some weight. I'm reading, be popping in and out now and then. Say no more, Vincent. Take all the time you need, mate. You're not expected to engage in chat. It's just nice to have you here all the same. I don't remember the details, but Rannig died just last year and Ottila hasn't been the same since. Okay, egg pasta or sausage next? I think it has to be sausage. She was always an old bitch, even before she was old. Fucking hell, Klaus, that's just unnecessary. Klaus, that's enough. She's had to deal with a Job's lot in life? Oh, as in the Book of Job. Okay, that's a brilliant dialogue. And now she lives all alone at the edge of the woods. There are rumours she's going to lose her property soon. I do pity her, even if she is a... You tell him, Marie. Don't even say a word. Bitter woman. Oh, Klaus. Smart. He's getting better. There should be some exemption in the law for her to inherit. That seems like it would be more just, yes. It wasn't always this way. I think my great-grandmother inherited this land way back when. Well, if men changed it, they can change it back. You're right, as always, my dear. Absolutely. Enough about Ottila. Is there anyone else you think may have done it? I don't know if he had any ill intent, but Prior Ferrink has been acting strangely since the day Lorenz arrived. Perhaps an academic disagreement? I know they're both avid readers, both of classics and new works, but it's more than that. So, first of all, we've just found that letter in the guest house that highlighted that Lorenz was blackmailing Prior Ferrink to perform an occult ritual. On top of that, Ferrink was doing some sneaky, beaky stuff in the scriptorium where he was writing notes in a book which we still haven't fully translated using the Volvel that we found in his personal abode. There was also the moment when we agreed to do the illustrations for the Baron that Prior Ferrink snapped at us, claiming we sunk our hooks into him on the walk up to the Abbey. So, right now, Ferrink is up here on my list of suspicions. On his last visit, the Baron bought a book on astronomy from me. I know the Prior has some similar interests. But would the Prior kill someone over a simple disagreement? It's not that outlandish. When I was in university, I saw men throw punches over small academic concerns. Yeah, this is a different era. This is a very different era. What is an opinion for some is a testament of faith for others and worth killing for. That may be so, but I've never seen that sort of anger in Prior Ferrink. Not even when Gurno was made abbot instead of him. Afterward, he seemed bitter, but never violent. That just doesn't seem to be part of his character. So, Lucky, the widow, and the Abbey Prior. Anyone else? There was something strange when we approached the Abbey together. Mother Cecilia was outside with some of the sisters. Mother Cecilia scowled and took the nuns inside without saying a word. It sounds like they have a history, at least. Alright, and now... the list of suspects is actually growing and growing. I don't know where to pursue, but right now, all the evidence I've found has been most suspicious of Prior Ferrink, but I can't fall into the trap of making the assumption that my suspicions are correct. We need evidence, we need cause, we need motive, we need all sorts. In fact, motive is probably going to be the easiest thing because there's lots of people that have motive. So all of these people could potentially be implicated in one form or another. The question is, who has the means to kill him? Now, first of all, we were at the Abbey. Well, no, let's perform the autopsy, because let's not forget, the body could have been moved post-mortem. And the egg pasta to finish. Delicious. Great choice. I'm really happy we left that till last. I do not know Mother Cecilia personally, but I have never heard anyone speak badly of her. She seemed nice. There was clearly something going on between her and the Baron. If she had cause to dislike the Baron, I must believe she had a good reason. Well, Andreas, it sounds like there's a lot to look into. Thank you for your care. It helped me understand how I can help Piero. Agreed. You are always welcome here, Andreas. Anytime. Yeah! Oh, Bert. Oh, sweetie. You're especially welcome with this one. Oh, look at him! God be with you, Andreas, and God be with you, Klaus. Ooh, right. This is going to be tricky. I have several leads to follow, but where should I start? We absolutely, unequivocally should start with the autopsy. I could talk to Lucky Steinauer, he's probably working in front of the house. The widow Kemperin lives south of here near France Boer. Prior Ferring is usually at the scriptorium, but I won't be able to talk to him until tomorrow. Still, nothing would prevent me from talking to Mother Cecilia in the convent. But if I don't attend Brother Florian's examination of the body at the Abbey, he'll have to do it without me. We absolutely are going to the examination of the body. That in every way, feels like the best option. Oh wait, we've got some journal entries kicking in here. Nikolaus the Parks said there. Okay, so... Oh wow, loads of things have come up. Okay, so we've got the Baron and the Nun. I was able to find an entrance to the library through the crypt beneath the Abbey. Oh, okay, so that's coming in. We'll look into it. We'll look into it. Occult hands. Okay. We've got a lot of information there. We don't have much on the Widow's curse, other than the fact she seemed angry. Same with the stonemason. We saw him lashing out at the Baron for appearing, but we don't know why. Okay. We've got lots of names of people we haven't seen yet. So, yeah. So I'm just trying to get all of these little stars cleared up at the moment. Yep, there we go. That's all taken care of. We can come back to this in the future if need be. But yeah, we're good, we're good. And let's clear up the glossary. The rest of this can wait, you know, it's taking too long. I thought it would just be 1 or 2 bits and we'd be done, but it just kept going and going and going. I'm very mindful of how time might pass in this situation. Okay, so Mikolaus is gone. You can see there's only 1 horse in the stable, likely the late Baron's. Right. Yeah, let's get Florian's attention. This autopsy has to take priority overall, because, well, there's 2 reasons. 1, cause of death might become clearer. If there's any evidence he was moved or wasn't stabbed, that's going to be huge information. I'm glad the storm didn't delay you. Thank you, brother. Now, even though I gave instructions that I was not to be disturbed, we must work quickly. Seeing a corpse up close can be unsettling for some. I hope you're ready for it. I studied medicine for a while in university. We saw dead bodies. I'll be fine. Seeing a dead body is different from examining one directly. Very true. Very true. Now then, you should probably take notes as we go. They might be useful later. Of course. Please tell me we've got everything we need to get started here. Bloody hell, that is something. Just there, just... The atmosphere. Okay, let's begin. I will begin by inspecting his anterior, starting with the face and head. No visible wounds, no blemishes, teeth in good condition. Nothing unusual. Okay, so his front face was not wounded. Neck, shoulders, and chest are ordinary. I need to clean some blood away to examine the torso. Yes, there it is. A puncture wound between the 6th and 7th rib. It's fairly shallow, though. I estimate it penetrated only about an inch, and it likely came from his own hand. Wait a minute. Inflicted on himself, how can you tell? From the angle and depth of the strike. It is as though he was holding it in his right hand and he fell on his side. That's really odd. You must know that I was not always a monk. I was a mercenary for 10 long years in Poland. Holy shit, brother. My familiarity with wounds come from my time on the battlefield. I am no true surgeon, but I am the closest Kearsarge has. Brother Florian. Still waters run deep. If the wound was that shallow, it doesn't sound like it could have been fatal. No, it wouldn't have been fatal. It wasn't. It's likely incidental, received while falling on his own knife. Okay, so maybe the stab wound isn't the cause of death. But this is also an interesting problem. Was the knife we found the one that caused this injury? He must have some other wound that issued forth all the blood we found him in. Okay. Who do you think killed him? I don't know. I can't even speculate. All I can do is examine this body and hope that you can figure out the rest. Wise, Brother Florian. We don't have enough information. Simply pointing out the implausibility of Brother Piero striking the fatal blow may not be enough to convince the Archdeacon. Okay, got it. Brother Piero never should have picked up that knife. I'm sure the appearance of guilt never even crossed his mind. Now then, let's move on. Well, there is a sore on his sex. Oh, his peenie. Probably from the French disease. I doubt it had anything to do with his murder. So he has some sort of STD. Okay. The disease French soldiers received in the brothels of Naples. Yes, how do you know of it? We discussed it in university. Okay, we actually have some information to play with there. Ah, yes, it spread rapidly, ever north of the Alps. The treatment is dire as it involves heavy mercury consumption. Oh, that can't have been effective. Anyway, it seems the Baron was not the most faithful husband. Not uncommon among the nobility. Say nothing. Moving down, yeah, that saying nothing saves us some time. Other than a few blisters on his feet from what I assume are new shoes, there's nothing wrong with his legs. Andreas, can you help me turn him over? Grunt and affirmation stoically. No, but we're going to say of course. We're not stoicists here, people. We're not stoicists. Okay, so now onto the posterior examination. There's a slight irregularity in his spine, possibly from an old injury. I don't think it has anything to do with how he died, though. No, probably not. How could that have happened? Birth defect? Scoliosis, maybe? I have no idea. Whatever the reason, it didn't contribute to his death. Yeah, that's the important information to us right now. Here it is, a rather dramatic head wound. Now, if he was stabbed, he could have hit his head on the way down, so that's nothing shocking yet. Oh, great artwork. You can't see it, but Brother Florian is speaking in the bottom. I'll read it out for you. The dark hair and the blood make it difficult to see, but it's quite bad. In my experience, I've never seen someone walk away from a head wound of this severity. Saying nothing doesn't contribute. How many head wounds have you seen? We know he was a mercenary in Poland. He's seen shit tons. I imagine the force of the impact would have been quite great to crack the skull. Yes, it would. Quite right. I see your medical training was not forgotten. I lacked the benefit of university study, but the battlefields of Poland and Lithuania did provide an education of sorts. I wish I hadn't finished my degree. I could be of more use to you now. Let's leave it at that. There's no need to despair. Many hands would make more work in this instance. It's very true, actually. The wound looks like it was caused by a single powerful blow from a blunt object, probably no more than 4 or 5 inches across. How can you tell? Yeah, we need information on that. The skull is cracked in a single spot, and there's a clear impression in the skin around it. It would take extraordinary precision to hit the same spot twice, unless the Baron were already dead. Even then, it wouldn't be easy to hit the same spot twice. It's likely he didn't die immediately. How long could he have survived for? I've seen similar injuries in battle. The victims don't last more than a few minutes, but it's an agonizing death. Oof, man, that is... Even so, he couldn't have wandered far from where the blow was first struck. So he wandered into that area. Well, that definitely gives the impression that it happened in the abbey itself. So he may not have been attacked in the chapter house. He was out for a walk, so he could have been in the nearby forest, maybe? He was either attacked in the chapter house or some place in the immediate area. Okay, maybe not the forest then. All of these options. Where could we have found something that would indicate where the injury came from? A single strike from a blunt object. I mean, it would have taken some immense strength. I mean, this automatically, in my mind, exonerates Brother Piero. Right? There's no way he would have had the strength or ability to strike this man on the head with such force. But this doesn't exonerate him. I'm trying to think about the layout of the church. The chapter house does lead into the cloister. I feel like there would have been a trail of blood if it was in the cloister or the church that we could have tracked. I think it's more than likely this happened outside, either in the big garden or outside of the abbey. I think we'll say the big garden. It's possible, but an incredible risk. The abbot's house looks out directly on the garden. Unless it was the abbot. We haven't talked about him as a suspect yet, but it's very clear he wasn't happy with him after his discussion at the dinner table. There was also the matter of him throwing around his weight as Baron and coming in and disrupting the general routine of the place. The abbot could have motive, but it's not clear yet. Anyway, whatever killed the Baron was a blunt instrument of considerable heft. The part that impacted him was likely a little smaller than a fist. Could it have actually been a fist? Absolutely not. Not to crack a skull. Yeah. I don't think the strongest soldier could do this with a punch, unless the Baron's head were pressed to the ground. Even then, to get a crack like that would have damage on the anterior as well as the posterior if his head was on the ground. Hey, see? It's being thought of. It's being discussed. This is really, really well thought out. Even then, we would see amateurs those who thought it agreed. Could a woman or an elderly person have done it? Anyone could have, given the right weapon and sufficient time. Whoever did this must have caught the Baron unaware, saved the small knife wound. He has no other injuries. Okay, so there wasn't a struggle involved. I suppose that he was struck, drew his knife to defend himself, and fell on it before Brother Piero discovered it. He was probably dazed and confused and didn't know what was happening after taking a hit to the head like this. I believe we've discovered two important things. The Baron was killed by a blow to the head from a heavy, blunt object. Yes, exactly. If you can find what caused the blow, it may lead you to the killer. We also know that Piero didn't stab the Baron. Yes. Two very important revelations. We know that, and I suspect even the abbot knows that, but you may need more evidence to convince the Archdeacon. Oh, there is one other item of interest. I found it in the Baron's jacket, but didn't want to open it without you. Ooh. Ooh, okay. What's it going to be? Okay, we're turning him back over. A note of some kind. Excellent. What's it going to be? As I am a caretaker of men, you are a caretaker of parchment. I leave it to your capable hand. Ooh. Oh, the music is giving me full body chills. Neck right down to the spine. The girl who died and the innocent with her. Matins chapter. What's Matins again? I recognise it, but I don't know where from. Oh shit. The girl, and what innocent? Oh my god, what does this mean? The girl and the innocent that died with her. I don't have much faith in my guesses. Can you tell who wrote it? Actually, that's a really good point. They're not Italian, I can tell you that. Italian scribes use humanist script. This is a highly refined Gothic hand. Someone with an extremely refined hand, this was done without any guides. As good as Adok and Guy are, I don't think they could replicate this. That is quite something then. Who would have the skill to write in that degree? What, really? If not them, who? I intend to find out. I do intend to find out. I want this mystery solved. This is fucking great. Let's go. I wish you good luck finding the answer. Now, I'm sorry to rush you, but I must ask that you leave. Every minute you stay here is additional Oh, shit. Why was he cut off? Say nothing. We don't want to give our position away. Brother Florian, could you open up? It's Werner Stoltz, the physician from Tassing. Oh, shit. I'm in the middle of something. Could you return after supper? I'm afraid it can't wait. Father Gurno asked me to examine the Baron's body. Alright, just give me a moment. Oh my god! Maybe we shouldn't have come here. No, we absolutely needed to. We needed to get the information we have. Hide. And Andreas, I need you to hide yourself. Oh, for fuck's sake. Of course, yeah, don't ask questions, man. Just hide. Oh my, is that the fucking best we can do? Are you serious? Dr. Stoltz, sorry to keep you waiting. Now, what did you need? The abbot wanted me to examine the Baron's body before his wife arrives. That's considerate, to be fair. It seems unnecessary at this point, as I've just completed my own examination. Well then, what's the harm in letting me take a look? Dr. Stoltz, with all respect, I've finished. The cause of death is clear. If you had arrived an hour ago, I would have no problem with your assistance. Assistance? I'm a university-trained physician. I can examine a corpse on my own without the help of a battlefield sawbones. Oh, he's spitting. He's enraged. Indignation is what he's showing us here. Clearly a bit arrogant and thinking that his university education makes him better than Florian's experience. But we are going to remain hidden. We do not want to get Florian in trouble here. Regardless of your opinions regarding my abilities, the examination is finished. If you insist on inspecting the body anyway, I must insist that the abbot tells me himself. Fucking hell, he's... Oh, Florian. What, making me bring the abbot here is a waste of time? I'm inclined to agree. So is performing an examination on this corpse immediately after one was just completed. Idiotic. I'll return with Father Gurney presently. Fair play, Florian. Fair play. Very well done. Very well done. That was close. Now quickly leave through the cloister before they return. Yeah, we've just got to go. Thank you, Brother Florian. Think nothing of it. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then. One day and 19 hours remain. Shit, we don't have long to do this investigation. I can't get that note out of my head. Yeah, but who's the girl? The innocent? The girl who died in the innocent river. What could it mean? Who wrote it? Can I go into the church here? No, I can't. It's just open. Okay, got you. Alright, the sisters are back in the shrine. Let's have a chat with them and see how they're doing. Master Mailer. Yes, it's me, sister. How are you doing, Margaret? You were screaming something fierce. Do you think Brother Piero really murdered the Baron? No, of course not. Oh, then why did Father Abbot have him put in the cellar? Father Abbot is afraid of what will happen if we can't figure out who the killer is. I believe that is true, actually. Do you think the devil could appear here at Kearsall? Interesting. Speaking of the devil, hello, zombie. Good to see you, mate. Good morning to you. It's good to have you back with us. I hope you're doing well today, mate. Could the devil... I mean, the devil possibly could appear. I mean, how... What stance is Andreas going to take in this? I think the people see the devil where they want to see him. I didn't see the devil, but I think I smelled his odour. Last night, I woke before matins, and I smelled something in our dormitory. It was strange. Moss and sulphur mixed with frankincense and roses. It moved through the room. I wanted to scream, but I was too frightened, and then it was gone. I'm ashamed that I didn't cry out, but I didn't know what to do. Why would you be ashamed of that? Well, I suppose she wanted to alert people. I don't know that I would have done any better, sister. That's small comfort, but thank you. Thank you, Sister Margaret. What would that be? Frankincense, roses, sulphur, smell of the devil. God bless you, Master Maida. Yes. Hello, Sophie. Okay, nothing there as well. Elizabeth? If it was marijuana, that would straighten a lot out, but it wasn't marijuana. Gertrude. Okay, so none of the other women have anything to say. But Sister Margaret believes she smelled the devil. Nothing there. Let's see if the if Mother Cecilia has anything to say. She's not actually here. Okay. To be fair, it is a bit invasive that we can just barge into her house. Okay. It's not a problem. Entirely understandable. Okay, we've done all our business at the church. Let's start making our way out of here. What would that smell be? I'm really trying to figure it out. Must have been something in the tomato she ate. I have no idea what that even means, Zombie, if I'm being honest with you. Oh! Dog! Thurston. He must be back. A regular St. Francis. We just unlocked the achievement for petting 5 animals. Oh. Lady Salamia. Oh, is this the late Baron's wife? Master Mailer, would you care to share a supper at my table? We have limited time. Whoever we eat with is going to pass time. So we really need to make sure we're eating with people that can advance things for us. Help with the investigation. I think if we have dinner with Lady Salamia, we might get some more insights into the Baron, which could be more valuable than any specific suspect. Possibly, but then again, it's also a bit of a stretch. I would like to talk to you about my late husband. My Lady Rothvogel, I would be honoured to break bread with you, yes. Thank you. Please sit. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen. It was a devil's fruit joke, back when tomato varietals were difficult to distinguish from the common mandrake. A very well-crafted joke, one I wish I could have appreciated more when you made it, Zombie. I find myself rather out of place here without the comfort of the Baron. Thank you for agreeing to share a meal with me, Master Mailer. It's my pleasure. And my god, what a meal we have in front of us. I must admit, I'm surprised you wish to speak with me. Lorenz did not make friends easily. He was a strong-headed man with staunch beliefs he didn't shrink to share. My god, look at this meal! That's quail. Nice. Emmental cheese and wheat bread. That is fucking fancy. And on top of that, we've also got a nice little glass of wine. With a decanter! Nuts. Absolutely nuts. I think, in this particular instance, we'll start with the quail. When I was told he'd found some manner of friendship with an artist, well, I was curious. It comforts me to know he found fellowship here at this most unusual abbey. It is an unusual abbey. Not that there is much comfort to be found in these cold and dreary alpine towns. Lorenz and I had meant to take a tour of them before returning home to Worms, but, well, return we shall. I'm sorry for your loss, my lady. Yeah, it's the polite thing to say, and manners aren't important. This sorrow is just the first of many, I'm afraid. What does that mean? Are you married yourself, Master Mailer? A woman waits for me in Nuremberg. When I finish my work here, we will be wed. Do you not look forward to the responsibilities of marriage, Master Mailer? Perhaps it's no surprise you and Lorenz became fast friends. I imagine he saw something of himself in you. I don't think that's a good thing. Oh, my. He even gave you one of his pins. He must have been quite fond of you. Rarely have I met someone with such a depth of knowledge and a thirst for debate. His thirsts were not limited to his scholarly pursuits, regrettably. His lusts for drink and women once afflicted him with great remorse, though such shame faded with time. Lorenz was a flawed man. His various infidelities were no secrets to me. But are we not all flawed before Christ? I mean, I wouldn't say that. Oh wait, there's another thing here underneath. Frumenty. How come the text keeps changing? To answer that question, Zombie, for you, and just as a reminder for anyone who hasn't seen the other VODs, the text is used as an opportunity to display dialect, as well as more subtle nuances to the character that is speaking. So, different people from different professions have different fonts highlighting their text. Sometimes the words are intentionally misspelled, erased, and corrected to give you an impression of the accent and then to give you the actual true English version of what they're saying. It's novel, and it's bloody creative, and it gives you some remarkable insights into how people speak and the subtext behind the words. I don't know what Frumenti is, but I feel like I should eat it. Second. I loved him as a wife should properly love her husband, but I would not say that we were friends. Ooh, okay. I only hope his appetites are not what led him to this end. That's interesting. I've been searching for the answer to that quandary myself. Were you and Lorenz so close that you would trouble yourself so? My motivation is personal. Yeah, we want to save Brother Piero. Yeah, we've got to highlight that. If not him, then who? There are many possibilities both here at the Abbey and in town. Your husband managed to cultivate many enemies in his short time here. Yeah, I think that is fair to say. And I think she'll understand. That does sound like Lorenz. He was a man of many opinions, and he gave them freely to all who would listen, and some who would not. Yeah, Father Gurno was on the receiving end of that while we were at dinner at the Abbot's table. Or supper, I should say. Was it Vespers? Who knows? The previous Abbot, Father Matthias, seemed to appreciate that about him. This new Abbot is perhaps more conservative. Yes, he is. Father Matthias was an open-minded man, from all I've heard. A true scholar. You absolutely can have a plate, Scooby. Come and get yourself some fresh quail. Father Gurno doesn't share Matthias's passion for the written word, yet endures the expense of it. To be put in such a position would make any man unhappy. I understand. I wonder what he will make of Lorenz's gift to the Abbey. What was the gift, exactly? Oh, I'm worried. A part of me wants to just let her continue, but another part of me wants to press because this could be good information. It seemed to be a little thing of more interest and value to my husband and the former abbot than Father Gurno. Oh, and now we finish our meal with a bit of Emmental cheese and wheat bread. We haven't finished anywhere near enough of that quail, and it bothers me. There's too much left over. He had found a book about the history of Tassing. He believed it contained some scandalous details. He said it corroborated fears Father Matthias had expressed, but he didn't share the particulars with me. What is the history of Tassing that is so scandalous that someone might want it buried? Was the appearance of the book peculiar or noteworthy anyway? Yeah, that's good information. It was neither large nor small, bound in blue leather. Unfortunately, I never examined it closely. My apologies. Blue leather! Wow, that's going to stand out. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. I have some education, but I lack my husband's thirst for knowledge. If you find the book, hopefully its significance will be apparent. If God wills it. Yeah, we've got to embrace the rhetoric of this world lest we get ourselves executed by the Inquisition. Do you plan to stay in Tassing long? Will you be returning to Worms soon? I think, let's just say, do you plan to stay in Tassing? Only so long as it takes the Archdeacon to investigate my husband's murder. So, less than 2 days. Though the circumstances of my time here are dire, I'm in no hurry to return. Wait for her to continue. You are a disarming man, Master Mailer, and much too easy to talk to. To be frank, I do not know what will become of me when I return to Worms. My title and residence may be in jeopardy. Lorenz and I have a son, but he is young yet. I don't know how many of the legalities... Oh wait, no. Lorenz and I have a son, but he is young yet. I don't know many of the legalities, only that my position is at some risk. That's a scary thought. Your husband died, and now since you're a woman and in this era, that means that the life you've been living up to this point is gone. As will I, Master Mailer, yeah. Look, hopefully it'll work out in her favour, but who knows. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I fear I must rest. Thank you for having me at your table. Be well, Master Mailer. And whatever anyone says of my husband, I'm certain he appreciated your friendship. Compline. Compline? I should get some sleep or break into the library. I want to break into the library first. We're breaking into the library. Here we go. Operation Book Shadow begins. So we have to get into the crypt and sneak in. Oh shit! Yeah, oh shit! Okay, Matthew is the Abbey's circator. What does that mean? I have to keep out of sight until he's passed. Good thing he can't see that well, hence the massive spectacles. Okay, Brother Matthew has not noticed us. We should be safe. Now, we could go into the crypt. Can we get into sacristy? No, we can't. I almost wanted to see if there was like any extra information in there, but it appears it is not to be. Okay, and now we have the secret entrance into the library that we discovered earlier. If I go up these stairs, it's going to take a while to find the records I need. I'll lose some time tomorrow morning unless I turn back now. Oh, you mean we can't just pull one all-nighter under these exceptional circumstances? Search the nun's records. Okay, what do we have? De Herbis Cambriae. The writer is Cadphilus of Salopia. I don't believe I've heard of him. Interesting. He writes about butcher's broom. The Greeks used it to aid with urination and defecation. This author claims it can also help with the reduction of swelling. He seems to be speaking from experience. I love these old medical texts. A wonderful hidden treasure for the Abbey. Nice. Nice. So we've got a collection of medical texts there. The library goes up. What else do we have here that's of note? A bifolium from the Mysteria Astra. I've read a number of treatises on astronomy, but I've never heard of this one. Seems rudimentary, explaining the connection between astrological signs and the elements, and their basic relationship to alchemy. Ooh! More pages. Each sign is governed by one of the 4 elements. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the water signs. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo are earth signs, and so on. It cuts off there. The next page is about something else entirely. Sister Illuminata must be trying to reconstruct the larger text. Those 2 pages were interesting enough, I suppose, but quite basic. Wait. That's the connection between the astrological symbols on Ferring cipher and the elemental symbols on the Volvel. If I turn the wheel to the element that matches the sign, I can decipher the note he left. Excellent. Huge. Worth breaking in for that. Okay, we can hopefully figure out exactly what the text he was doing is now. This is most curious. Historia del Labyrinthio Librorium. I've heard tales of some incredible libraries across Christendom, but a labyrinth? I'd love to get lost in such a place. I'll have to see if I can borrow this book when I have some free time. Honestly, this library isn't as well stocked as I expected. I was expecting, like, shelves of books. But I suppose even a single book in this era would have been a true treasure, so it makes sense. This looks promising. The familiaries of the Sisters of Kearsall Abbey, yes. Oh, information on the sisters. Okay. Oh, this could be useful. Mother Catherine was the first to enter records, it looks like, almost 50 years ago. So the Abbey... Oh no, sorry, the convent has been around for 50 years. Or the book has, at least. Maybe the Abbey's been around for longer. Sister Hildegard, from the Golderreich family in Ravensburg. Quite wealthy. It looks like she became the prioress after Mother Catherine. Mater Hildegaris? I don't know who that is. Sister Cecilia. Sister Cecilia Adelheid. Oh, this is Mother Cecilia's record. Wait, she's from the Welser family? They're one of the most powerful families in Augsburg. It looks like her family donates a lot of money to Kearsall every year. More than my family sees in 10. Fucking hell, so Mother Cecilia is not only the mother of the convent, but an incredibly wealthy one at that. A true patron of the town. That intrigues me. So that makes me wonder if she had some prior connection to the Baron, perhaps? Mummy Cecilia? Soror Gertrude, Sister Gertrude, yes. Sister Gertrude from Hoff, the herbalist, yeah. We've got to love her. Her father is an apothecary. That explains it. That explains a lot, actually. That does explain a lot. Matilda. Matilda Oblate, yes, the nun's cellarer. She came from Kempton. Merchant family, they donated pigments to use in the scriptorium. Quite thoughtful. I'll have to thank them if I ever get the chance. Didn't they mention previously that there was something to do with saffron from Matilda? Or am I misremembering? I'm not sure. What does this note say? This note says Sister Matilda left the abbey for several months. Why would she go to a hermitage? Seems strange that she's the only entry with such a note. The dates, 3 years ago. This was just before Father Matthias died, which means it was around the time Baron Rothvogel visited. I should ask Sister Matilda about this, maybe Mother Cecilia as well. I'm getting a bad feeling about that. Okay, I've got a theory brewing. Did the Baron display a certain enthusiasm for grape with one of the nuns? I'm concerned. Truthfully, it seems like the Baron deserved what he got, is what I'm starting to suspect. Oh, this should be interesting, Sister Illuminata. Named Angeline from the Capocci family in Perugia. It looks like they have some connection to Kearsall through an old abbot, Rudolph. Her family donates money to the abbey every year as well. I like Sister Illuminata. Everything we've heard about her and interacted with her about has just been pleasant. She's just nice. And intelligent, for that matter. Master Cecilia Monsteria Prefecta. No idea. Sophie from Burgitz. Sister Sophie. Her family is poor, but they donated flour. That's incredibly generous. Finding a way to donate even when you have not got the means. Sister Elizabeth. Lisbeth Oblate. She's from Utrecht. I can't pronounce these names. I'm so sorry for butchering them, people. I'm trying my best. It looks like she had an eventful life before coming here. Married with a child, both died. Oh. Her merchant family has some connection to Kearsau through the Kaufmanns of Rothenburg ob der Torbe, a free imperial city and home to several holy chivalric orders and monasteries. The city was a gathering point for pilgrims, Catholic and Protestant alike. Oh, that city must have been fucking through the ringer at multiple points in history. Sister Margaret, nice. The blind girl who assists Gertrude. Currently my favourite sister. I love Illuminata, but I think Sister Margaret's my favourite. She's also the one who could smell the devil. She went blind because of failed surgery on her cataracts. Wealthy peasant family, they donated wool and a pasture in Krimmel. It's tragic. It's really tragic. But, you know, what do you have to do to get lucky in this era? Praying isn't enough, but who knows. Sister Zedena, this should be good. They donate a fortune to the Abbey. No wonder Mother Cecilia and the Abbot let her behave as she does. Yeah, she's the one that was asking if we were banging anybody when we were working the scriptorium on our first day. Talk to Cecilia or Matilda, the Baron and the nun. Okay. Alright, we got the information we needed. We now have the means of deciphering the Volvel. The Blue Book isn't here. We believe the Blue Book has been stolen by a local thief, Martin, who we saw running away from the Baron's guest house. Okay, we've got Rudiger and Matthew here in the library for some reason. What?! Oh my god, we're going there. Okay, I'm here. I'm here for this. Oh. Okay. Just shit. Yeah, what more do you say? No, we have no idea how long these two are going to be at it. This could be an all-night thing for them. We could break for the stairs now. We're not running. We're not running. Let's talk to them. 2 seconds, folks. I had a grumpy, autistic father coming up the stairs to shut my door because he could hear me throughout the house. Heaven forbid. I'll break for the stairs. They can't possibly. We just got to talk to them. No running away. Let's just chat with them. Well, hello. Good evening. I'm so sorry, guys. What are you doing in here? Andreas, what is the meaning of this? Did you follow us in here? We've got to be honest. Honesty and being vulnerable can prevent so many problems for everyone. People deserve to know the truth. Now, does that mean you should trust everyone with the truth? Absolutely not. Some people will take advantage of it and cause you a great deal of harm for no reason. In this instance, I think we can trust him. I definitely trust Rudiger. He's just a singer. He seems like a sweetheart. And now that I know he's gay and has a relationship with Matthew, the tiny sacrist, I'm smitten. I'm smitten. I love this. I know Brother Piero didn't do it. Someone else from the Abbey or the town has to be responsible. You know Piero is a good man and a pious monk. I can't let him die. Oh, good. I can't believe Brother Piero could... Oh, he seems shook. I'm sorry, it's just so shocking. I pray that God will deliver mercy to Piero and bring the true culprit to light. It's interesting because they clearly know Brother Piero isn't the one who did it. I am glad you were doing what you can to help him. It's difficult for the rest of us to act given the abbot's opinion. Andreas, how does skulking in the library help you prove Brother Piero's innocence? I love how they went back to colour in the red ink. I know, it's great, isn't it? It's so awesome how they handle so much of this. I'm not sure. Do you know why Sister Matilda was sent to a hermitage? Oh, okay, we're actually going to get some information on this. Okay. I do recall a period where she was absent, yes. One day she was just gone. I don't know why. I don't normally concern myself with Mother Cecilia's business. I never spoke with her, but Voslav told me that she was sent away to a hermitage for her health. Rudiger! Why does Voslav... Tutu, I need you. I need you, girl. Why does Voslav know about Matilda's whereabouts? They are both cellars and have reason to go to town on behalf of the Abbey. They're 100% sleeping together. Just as you have more contact with Sister Illuminata than I, Brother Voslav has more contact with Sister Matilda. That's a really good way of explaining it. It's a really good way of explaining it. In any event, I wish you good fortune with proving Brother Piero's innocence. I trust you will keep all of this to yourself. I don't want to threaten him. I'd like to be like, all of what? Just to show it, you know, it's already forgotten. Oh no, I don't think that came across right. I think that came across as... I don't know, I didn't like that, actually. Oh no. I'm a bit sad, because it's very clear... I mean, that puts their lives at risk. If anyone in the Abbey discovered it, there is a very real chance they could be executed. Ursula! Why is she poking our foot tonight? And what is she doing? Okay, just to put this in perspective, this is what I'm currently met with. There's an adorable little ginger gremlin poking my foot with a stick. How good does Andreas wake up? I think we're going to try and say good morning. Oh, it's not morning. Just a little mischievous grin. It's the middle of the night, Ursula. What are you doing up here? Stab. Stab. She wants to stab me. Okay, I see. Oh my god. She's such a sweetheart. Would you like me to tell you a story? Would that help you to sleep? No, we don't want to scare her. Let's tell her about how she was sold with a basket of oranges. A man had to pay rent to the king every year. The cost was 4 baskets of oranges. This was in Italy, of course. You don't even know what an orange is. Anyway, the man's young daughter had hair the same colour as yours. Same as an orange. And the man didn't have enough oranges to pay the rent. So he put his daughter in the 4th basket. He covered her with oranges and sent the baskets to the king. When the king's servants found the little girl, the king told them to raise her as a servant. They called her Arancetta, like a little orange. You don't know Italian, so that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's very cute. Anyway, as the girl grew older, the king's son, the prince, fell in love with her. But the other servants were jealous, and they gave her 3 Anyway, they were very happy together. Oh god, I fucking love her. I don't even know what I would do in that situation. I don't think I would be able to pull out a story like that so effectively. Okay, so we missed the morning entirely, and we just go straight through to breakfast. Anything new? No, just the same old, I should clean this up, here are my books. Got you, got you, got you. Who do we want to eat with? Hello, Ursula. Oh my god, the house is looking so good. The flooding is cleared. Hello, Andreas. It's nice to see you out and about. Morning, Clara. Keeping busy? Yes, he was reading Solomon's Key. If it's not the washing, it's the cooking, the mending, the tidying. Oh, I'll lose my head if I count it all. And that's before we get to the wool. Ah, goodness, all that wool. Wool? We sheared the eaves last week to prepare for the lambing. You remember the bleating, I'm sure. How could you forget? My ears are still ringing. Now the wool's all washed, and we got a pile of spinning to get through before the lambs are born. And where will we find the time? That sounds like a lot of work. Surely you have some help? Oh yes, sometimes more than we need. Many of the women in Tassing lend a hand, so it goes quickly. I'm not going to say it's junk, but maybe he has one of the more primordially unadulterated copies. Well, yeah, it's the 1500s. Many hands make light work, eh? Even baby Ursula? Oh, we give her a little wool to play with, but she's too young yet. Not for too much longer, though. My mother taught me to spin when I was still in soft shoes. I've never had much of a hand for spinning, so I enjoy the company more than the work. It's rare so many of the women in town are in the same room together. We share recipes, stories, hardships, friendships, you know. And maybe a little bit of gossip, too. You must know quite a lot about the goings-on in Tassie. We know some, it's true, but Johan Boer is there to watch over us, so things can't get too rowdy. Oh, Andreas, you should come by! I would like that, but we don't have time. No need to be shy. Everyone will be glad to see you, especially Ursula. She's taken quite the shining to you, you know. A blessing for your future wife. We meet at Johan Bauer's house. Please come by in the morning or afternoon and speak to Johan. I should get back to my labours, but it was lovely to see you, Andreas. Take care. Be well, Clara. Oh, Andreas, I meant to ask, would you care to join us for a meal? I don't think we're going to get much information here that can help us. I'm glad she understands. Hello, Eva. It will be fun to have you spinning with us, Andreas. The spinning bee. Good name for it. Andreas, got dinner plans? Perhaps another time, Peter. Suit yourself. Well, he doesn't seem offended by it. Hey, Big George. How are the girls? Ill Peter, how's he doing? God bless you. Yeah, he's minding his own business. Andreas, you got dinner plans? Why don't you come join us at our table? Maybe another time, Johan. Sure thing. Be safe. Lots of really generous offers here. Hans, keeping busy in the fields? I guess. Do you like it? What? Farming? I never really thought about it. Dad says it has to get done whether I like it or not. What do you think about that, then? Uncle Franz says Brigitte might come help with the laundry today. She's Martin's wife, right? She seems nice. She is nicer than Veronica, anyway. That's his sister, I'm guessing? I wish Brigitte lived here instead of her. Well, you have a good time thinking about your cousin's wife. What? Until later, Hans. Bye. Okay, Hans doesn't seem like the brightest tool in the shed, and that is okay. Hetty, how are we doing, Hetty? You going to invite us to dinner? Maybe another time. If you say so. Let's have a quick look around. Okay, so this is the Widow Otterler's house, is it, down here? These woodcut. Oh wait, I didn't actually read that. These wood carvings are quite curious. Pagan, 100%. Would it be worth us having a meal with Otterler? Possibly? You want something. The head's been broken off. I sincerely doubt Otterler could have used a cane to cave in a man's skull in a single strike. I feel for her. She's clearly suffering. I want to help her out. I wanted to have a meal with her. Is this where Martin lives? Are these the people I think they are? You see my son. I saw him running from the Abbey Thursday morning, actually. That fucking rat. Okay, so he didn't know that. He's clearly angry as could be. That layabout was asleep when I went into the fields. He told his mother he was sick. He say anything to you? Like where he was going? He told me to eat shit, actually. Yeah, he did. God damn it. How many times have I told him? Ugh. Must be his mother's influence on him. He sure as shit didn't learn that behaviour from me. I'm sure, bud. You see him again, will you tell Kat? She's driving me crazy about it. What's got her worried? There ain't a thing in this world that doesn't worry my wife. Martin's no exception. The boy's always running off, always comes home too. Doesn't stop her gutting hysterical about it. Well, isn't he a pleasant chap? Oh, forgot to ask. You hungry? Want to eat with the family? Perhaps another time, friends. Fine. Yeah, he not exactly the most pleasant chap. In fact, I'd go so far as to say he is decidedly unpleasant. Alright, let's chat with Kat, see how she's doing. Hello, Master Mailer. I'm sorry to cause you trouble, but have you seen Martin recently? He wasn't feeling well, so I let him sleep in until prime. But when I came to check on him, he was gone. I saw him Thursday morning. He ran through the meadow while I was on my way to the Abbey at prime. But he said he was sick. No, he was hoodwinking you. And what was he doing in the meadow? He hardly ever goes out there. It always makes him sneeze. Oh, bless her. He seemed to be running from the Abbey. Yeah, that was the truth. That is what happened. Hey, noob, it's good to see you. Yeah, the shiny head welcomes you, sir. Let it guide you like a lighthouse. He has a history of making poor decisions, like stealing. Yeah, it's no secret. Baron Rothwig was manservant, believes Martin may have stolen some of the Lord's rings, including the blue leather-bound book that we have quite a bit of interest in right now. That must be where he's gone, to sell them. Oh, Martin, how could you? Do you know where he's likely to have gone? That's a fair question. The last time he ran off, it was to Innsbruck. Oh, Innsbruck is quite far away. But I don't know. He could be anywhere. What if he is attacked on the road? I'm sure he'll be alright, Kat. Let's console her. I pray to God that you are right. I'm sorry, this is not your trouble. Thank you for speaking to me. Was there anything else? Yeah, let's check if she's in. I don't want to impose, but if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please let me know if you see Martin. I'm so worried for him. Of course, Kat. I like Kat. Of course, Master Mailer, be well. I meant to ask, would you care to join us for a meal? Perhaps another time, Kat. Of course. Take care, Andreas. So that's... This seems like a classic example of a lot of... Well, marriages you hear about where people are just not looking after each other. The surgery was a success, she just can't make any effort right now. That's fair enough, I suppose, I'd say. I mean, post-surgery, you need to rest. For context here, though, Zombie, just know Noob isn't the one who had the surgery. It was Noob's wife that was in surgery. Are you Joseph? That's right. Well, Sepp. Sepp Himmler. Oh, then Sepp it is. You the artist staying with the Gertners? Who is Sepp? We haven't met him yet. Yes, Andreas Mailer. I work in the Abbey scriptorium during the day. Oh, the big city. Impressive. I've been to Kempton Market a few times. Nice place. Never got any further than that, though. Anyway, I live out past the mill. Farm the land there with my family. I came into town to talk to Endress about some nails. Just waiting for him to finish up. Well, I'll leave you to it. Thanks. Nice meeting you, Andreas. Likewise. Until later, Sepp. Yeah, seems like a stand-up fella. What's Endress up to? Working. Forging. Smithing. Oh, Werner, the doctor. Let's check in with him. You're the artist from Nuremberg. Andreas Mailer, journeyman artist at your service. Ah, that was it, Mailer. Someone mentioned you dabbled at university for a year or two. Funny. You're staying with the Gertners, yes? The Abbey does have a guest house, you know. The Gertners are good and gracious people. Yeah, I agree with that. For farmers. Oh, so you're one of these people, okay. Tassing is full of miserable people at them. Yep. Oh, I like that. He provided context, but when it's the wife, it's always nice to get a hand on the shoulder from another husband, let you know you're doing right by it. Yeah, fully get you, Zombie. Fully get you. We're all looking out for each other as best as we can at the end of the day, aren't we? And good on you, Noob, for doing the best you can with what you got. The liquid diet is more than gonna cause a few irritation spikes, I can guarantee that much. Liquid diets suck unless it's pure coffee. In which case it sucks until later in the day. Wholly agree with you, Zombie. Wholly agree. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Noob. Bad cooking is a particularly horrific kind of thing to put up with, especially post-surgery. They seem to be hard-working, honest people to me. Everyone's been kind enough to me, we'll say that. You haven't done anything to cross them yet. If you do, well, you'll see what I mean. They expect me to perform miracles, but I'm not a saint. The rest of the townsfolk, well, there can't be more than a handful of them who know how to spell their own names. Father Gurno is too soft with them, but I suppose he has to keep them placated or risk riots on his land. Fortunately, I do not intend to stay in Tassing long. Where do you plan to go instead? Innsbruck might be worth my time. I recommend you don't linger here either, Mailer. Or you'll soon find yourself trapped in a marriage to a mouse-faced girl with dirt under her nails. Oh, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. Alas, there's already a woman waiting for me in Nuremberg. I'm trying to be polite and cordial and not make an enemy of this man. Then what are you darkening my doorstep for? You should be sprinting out of these mountains. In any case, I must ask you to go. I have plenty to work to do. Good day. Until later, Dr. Stodds. Until then. Yeah, what a pleasant individual. Miserable prick. He's just like me, and I hate that. Yeah, I'm leaning towards having meal with the Steiners. I want to chat with Lucky and see if we can work out exactly what his deal is. Because this would be a really nice way of getting some quick insight onto the Baron. Let's check with him. Andreas, good day, Lucky. Do you have a moment to talk? Make it quick. I was wondering... Actually, no. Until then. I kind of want to have a meal with him and just chat with him, but... Good day, Andreas. Did you need something? The fact we've never shared a meal with them is quite a significant thing. Meal time is the most important time here. In this little town. Hey, Klaus. I take it we can't have a meal in the same place twice, so we can't, for instance, have a meal here again. Andreas, what brings you to the shop? Can I fix you something? I was hoping you had a moment to talk about Bert. Oh yes, let's have a quick chat. What's the little scamp done now? Nothing yet. I found him playing down by the old salt mine with Paul Mueller and Anna Albanin. The Roman mine in the forest. Yes. The children roam all about those woods. What's got you so concerned that you thought to bring it to me? They hadn't caught a cat, had they? Nothing like that. They were throwing rocks down the mine shaft. I wanted to be sure you knew. You were worried for his safety. Goodness, Andreas. You think I don't look after my own boy? Not all. I know you to be a good mother, Marie. I just hate to think he might have gotten hurt. You're a sweet man, Andreas, and you'll make a good father one day. But my son already has parents. I appreciate your concern, I do, but Berthold is not your responsibility. You're right. I let my worries get away from me. I should take my leave. Until later, Marie. Until later, Andreas. And thank you for your care. It's not entirely misplaced. I like that. I like that... It's always a tricky thing when you try and let parents know that their children are at risk in some form. Some parents are very open to it and accept the extra advice. Other people are very quick to be like, what the fuck do you mean? Don't tell me how to raise my child! I'm raising my child better than anyone can raise my child! And it's difficult to get them to listen. But that was a nice middle ground. God be with you, Andreas. Thank you, Father Thomas. No screaming nun in the cell this time? Yes, that's good. I mean, do we want to go eat with Smokey? I mean, Smokey feels very detached from the story at this stage. Can't think of any reason for us to go to the mill. Is the lady still here? Yes, she is. Lady Salamia. Yeah, we can't have food with her again. That's okay. We got what we wanted out of that discussion, which is just the realization that it's not surprising that Rothvogel was one for making enemies, and he made more than a few. Tricky. Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Master Mailer. Matilda. God bless you, Master Mailer. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? You know Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. This concerns the murder of the Baron. Yes, it's tragic, but what does it have to do with me? Interesting reaction here from Matilda. Have you played any of the Deponia games? I can't say I've even heard of any of the Deponia games, Zombie. Can you give me an example of what they are? Or just some names, just in case? Oh, thank you for the gifted sub there, noob. And congratulations to Scooby upon receiving it. Why did you have to leave Kearsall to go to a hermitage? Ooh, we're just diving straight into this. Baron Rothvogel had an appetite for young women. Neither his marital vows, nor the vows of the women seemed to matter much to him. When I was on my way to town one day, he surprised me in the meadow and made his interests clear. I refused his advances. I thought that would be the end of it. This was not enough because he did the same thing the next day. I refused him again. Let her continue. Yeah, we don't want to interrupt this. I thought if I was patient, the problem would leave with him. I never thought that the Baron was capable of doing what he did. God, you can see the sorrow and the anger on her face so clearly. On the third day, he attacked me on my way through the meadow. He dragged me into the forest where he could have his way with me. I managed to badly scratch his neck. It saved my virtue, but it enraged him. He beat me until he was exhausted, and he left me there in the woods. It's a miracle you weren't killed. Yes, and I thank God for it. Matilda, I'm so sorry. Mother Cecilia had me removed from Kearsol for my safety until I could recover. The wounds to my body have healed, but the attack has left a lasting injury in my mind. No, come on. This is really how we're going to approach this? These are our only two options. Christ, Andreas. You gotta be better with people. I thought you studied rhetoric. I was angry. I was filled with hate, yes, but it's been years. Mother Cecilia and Father Thomas helped me move past the anger to find love in this community. Father Thomas? Yes, Father Thomas is our confessor. We can talk to Mother Cecilia about our problems, but only a priest can hear our confessions. Sister Matilda, did you receive a strange note recently? Yes, how did you know? Baron Rothvogel received one. What did it say? Here, look for yourself. She's sharing it with us! This is fascinating. I don't think Matilda's guilty. She's too open. If she was guilty, she would, at the very least, try and dance around the truth. And she sure as shit wouldn't reveal this note to us. Remember what he did. The violence you suffered. The red bird flies. Matins, chapter. I think Matins is the time, chapter is the location. So this fancy script that's been written out here, we know it hasn't been done by anyone. Well, we don't know who it's been done by, but we know it hasn't been done by anyone in the scriptorium, because no one in the scriptorium had the talent to write this script freehand. We need to figure out who did it, because it's not printed, it is written. So it almost feels like someone was trying to incite a murder. Rothvogel the red bird. Oh, is a Rothvogel a type of bird? I found it in my bed in the nuns' dormitory. You can keep it if you like. Thank you, Matilda. In your bed, who could have put it there? The only people allowed beyond the garden are the sisters. I can't imagine any of them making this. None of them would have, most likely. Mother Cecilia and Sister Illuminata have beautiful handwriting, but both of them have been so kind to me. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Mailer. Yeah, I don't think Illuminata would have done this. I need a moment to think. First of all, let's have a quick look at the messages. I can, but if you enjoy this format, but perhaps with a little more tongue-in-cheek humour and puzzle solving, then you can look forward to a Yuletide present. Oh, thank you very much, Zombie. I've got something to look forward to already, then. It's going to be a good old time. Motive, yes, but perhaps motive for someone else who cares about her in another way. Maybe, but let's wait and see, because I don't know if the mother would murder on Matilda's behalf. I wouldn't blame her. Lord knows I wouldn't blame her. But yeah, it's tricky. Something needs to be uncovered. I was going to say that Illuminata is a little sus name. No, Illuminata's a good egg. I'm telling you, she's a good egg. She's pious to a fault, and that makes me automatically think that she would not be a murderer or an inciter of murder. I feel like there's two mysteries going on here. We need to know where the notes came from, and we need to find out what's... Well, we just need more information. We need a lot more. This shovel has blood on the blade, not normal. I think Sister Matilda uses it in the garden. I should ask her about it. I actually think I know the answer behind the shovel. God bless you, Master Mela. May I ask you some questions, Sister Matilda? I don't think a murder weapon would be left this carelessly out in the open. You know Mother Cecilia doesn't like us talking to men unless it's truly necessary. I have to ask you about your shovel. Yeah, we do. The garden shovel, I wouldn't say it's mine. It belongs to the Abbey. I just use it more than the other sisters. There's blood on it. They recently used it to kill baby rabbits in the garden. That's not better. It just isn't. The other sisters are too squeamish to do it. I didn't clean it because it was going right back in the dirt anyway, but why bring up the shovel? Oh, I understand. No, I didn't use it to kill the Baron. A man is not a rabbit. Thank you for your time, sister. God bless you, Master Mela. I'm glad that she didn't seem vindictive about it. She was like, I can understand why this looks a certain way. It's not Matilda. Matilda's not the killer. Not the killer. She's in the clear. Cecilia? I don't think it is Cecilia, but I want answers. God bless you, Mother Cecilia. Is there something I can help you with? I need to talk to you again about the Baron, how you walked away with the sisters when he arrived. Yes, we do need to talk about that. Given that the Baron was just... Oh, look at the red ink and the red splatter around it. As if the action is brought to mind just from saying the word murdered. The image just like flashes into your head just based on the text. Really clever. An amazing link to it. Draw upon. It seems worth inquiring about the cause. Why? Do you not trust in the abbot judgment? It's not that. I just want to understand what happened. I just want to understand what happened. As do I. Cecilia empathizes with us in that case. I share your concerns over the abbot's assumptions about Brother Piero's guilt, but you must be careful about how you proceed. The abbot does not want anything to interfere with the Archdeacon's investigation, and that includes you. Then help me. Yeah, help me. Help you what? Blame someone else for the murder? I don't want to blame someone else. I want to find out the truth. I don't want to just throw an accusation out to the wind and throw someone under the bus. You know that Piero didn't murder the Baron. It had to have been someone else. I will not condemn someone else to death. I don't like that thinking, Cecilia. I'm not asking you to condemn someone else, just to help me understand what happened. I am simply a nun. Why do you think I can help you? You know what happens at this abbey better than anyone. I saw how you reacted when the Baron arrived. You must know something about what's going on. Alright, I did have reason to be concerned about Baron Rothvogel's presence. The Baron caused irreparable harm to one of the sisters on his last visit. The damage was severe enough that she had to leave us for some time. Was it Sister Matilda? Okay, we already have this information. So that's why she actually took the people away. She took the nuns away because the Baron's presence was a threat. Of course. What happened to Sister Matilda was tragic. Lorenz, the Baron, tried to seduce Sister Matilda. She rebuked him several times. So one morning, he attacked her in the meadow on her way to town. He dragged her into the woods. Sister Matilda is a strong woman, but her resistance was met with violence. When pilgrims to the shrine found her, she had been beaten so badly she could barely move. When you're faced with a confession of trauma like this, you don't want to panic and bleat out. You just want to listen. As terrible as the attack was, I knew that bringing it to Father Matthias would put him in an impossible position. The Baron would suffer no consequences, but the abbot would have refused his continued patronage. I concealed the assailant's identity from the Father Abbot and had Sister Matilda taken to a hermitage near Mittenwald. She stayed there under the care of sisters until she recovered and could return. She deserved better than to be shuffled away to a hermitage. I wholly agree. I can only pray that the Lord will repay the debt that I incurred. This is so well written. This is incredibly well written. I'm feeling a real weight on my chest right now as we're going through this, because it's very clear how these characters feel just from their words. This is more like reading a book than playing a video game, if I'm being honest. And a hell of a game / book it is. You really don't think the Abbot would have taken action against the Baron? How did Sister Matilda feel about seeing the Baron? I don't like what that implies. No, I'm positive that he would have. In doing so, he would have jeopardized the existence of this community. That is also true. And since she comes from a wealthy background and her family make tremendously generous donations every year to the convent / abbey, she probably understands the financial situation behind the scenes better than a lot of other people present in the abbey do. Try to understand how hard it is for my kind to believe that any man, especially a nobleman, could be held accountable. Sister Illuminata raised these points when we discussed it with her in the library, when we were talking about the book that discussed the tale of a certain saint, and how women are treated as vestiges for sin and temptations to sin towards men. They're not considered their own entities. They are always seen from a man's perspective and are demeaned and reduced as people because of it. So she's right. If things were brought up after this act, the Baron would have come away fine, and what's probably likely is Matilda would have been blamed as a temptress for driving the Baron to such actions. And, I'm not proud of what I did, Andreas, but what's done is done. How did Sister Matilda... we're just going to throw it out there, are we? Andreas, if you want me to tell you that I think Sister Matilda killed the Baron, I won't. I don't want that. Seeing him was hard for her, of course. She defended her virtue from the Baron, but her injuries were severe. Her body recovered in time. Her mind, I don't know if... It doesn't. It doesn't. She still fights him in her dreams. She wakes in the night screaming, soaked in her own sweat. I should highlight that it doesn't in the sense that the wound is always a part of you, kind of like a scar. Like, let's say you've got a scar from a physical injury. That scar is always present, even if it doesn't impact you on a day-to-day basis. In the same way, we can have emotional scars. And it sounds like she is suffering from extreme PTSD. That doesn't mean she wanted to kill the Baron. It certainly doesn't mean she actually did. Sister Matilda is a faithful servant and friend of Christ. I believe that truly, Andreas. She is respected and beloved by this community for good reason. Very well. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Andreas, if you want to thank me, do not mention Sister Matilda to the Archdeacon. I do not believe she could have done this. Of course. I truly believe everything Cecilia has told us. And it was actually quite nice seeing her smile there when we say, we'll thank you by making sure the events that transpired never come to light. In fact, if we look there, it looks like we've got all the evidence we need for that particular thread of investigation. Now it's just a question of, do we continue or not? The spinning bee. Okay, the flood has come to an end. We still need to eat. I don't know who we want to have lunch with. I'd quite like to have lunch with the abbot, to be perfectly honest, because he feels like... I mean, he's an incredibly important figure at this moment in time, right? So if we can eat with the abbot, we might be able to get some more information or persuade him. There's also the offer we had from Sabat to eat with the women and children of the town. But I don't know if that's the right course of action. Oh, Jesus. This bloodstain is awful. It must have been left by the Baron before he died, but how? That's an interesting point. So if the bloodstain came from here, and we found him here, he wouldn't have come from the garden. Go no, we can't eat with the abbot. That is disappointing. But we can pet that dog. Let's pet Mirabelles. A good boy. A very good boy. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can't eat anywhere in the Abbey, but that doesn't mean we can't get as much as possible out of the day as we can. Because when we eat, time advances, and we lose the opportunity to do certain things. We can't go into the abattoir. To be honest, I'm okay with that. Is there anything new here? No, but there are the pilgrim badges still on the desk. Anything in the cemetery? Is there anyone here? Doesn't look like it. There is a grave to interact with? Okay. Brother Gerhard has been dead quite some time. Why is his grave disturbed? Brother Gerhard, do we know that name? Maybe the flood? I've got no doubt it'll become important. Alright, we could probably speak with Ferenc. But first, let's use this. So now that I know the connection between the astrological symbols on the cipher and the elemental symbols on the vulva, Ferenc's note should be easy to decipher. Okay. Easy to decipher, it says. So air. And then we're looking for this symbol. Or is that wrong? No, that's right. It is meant to be air. And we're looking for that. But where is that? Or am I looking at the wrong one? Is it not in the circle, but it's outside the circle? Yeah, so it's H first. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we've got it. Next up we have Earth. And we're looking for this. Okay, we've got it. This is just going to be a matter of solving the puzzle. Is that the right symbol? Yes. H-I. Next up, fire. And we're looking for the beta symbol. Hig. Yes, Hig. Next up is water. X. I've seen that. Okay, next part of the puzzle. Fire again. We can see we've got the symbol here. And then we have... Is that right? That looks right. Yeah. Higger. No. Not. I didn't say anything wrong. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to stop reading it until I got the whole word. I know how it sounded. I didn't say anything wrong. Air. Another W. Hang on, is that right? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, Earth. N. Where's this symbol? Oh, it's Earth. It's Earth again. Oh, interesting. Okay. Earth again. Is it that one? No. It looks like it could be, but I don't think it is. It's this one. Yes, that's the ticket. And then finally is Earth again. Okay, Earth again. Oh, no, it's not Earth. Earth has that. We need water. And we're looking for the U. Here we go. Gerhard. As in the late brother Gerhard. Wait, hang about. We just found the grave of Brother Gerhard and it was disturbed, didn't we? Higerhard. Brother Gerhard died sometime last year. How does this connect to him? Is it an anagram? Did he use his name for an abbreviation? Is it an anagram? No. Adoc would know. Maybe it's not an anagram. What else could it be? Is it an abbreviation? There's a lot of letters for an abbreviation. A cipher inside of a cipher, perhaps? I don't know. Let me think. Why his name? And why Higerhard? It couldn't be Greek. Never heard of an Italian or Spaniard name Higerhard either. Ridiculous. Let me think. Wait, maybe it's an abbreviation and a name. Gerhard is the name. What's HI? Horde Ignota? No. Hinc Ile Lacrime? Oh my god, it's so much simpler. Hic E Ket. Here lies. Here lies Gerhard. Gerhard's grave, I wonder if it has something to do with the Baron's murder. I should ask the abbot for permission to exhume the grave as soon as possible. That's actually damning. If I'm being honest. That's, like, even if he has nothing to do with the Baron's murder, that is a pretty juicy thing to discover. So there's a disturbed grave. I need to go speak to the father. Okay, we still haven't even eaten yet. We'll eat in time. We'll eat in time. But for right now, there is an innocent man that needs rescuing. Father Gano, I must ask your permission to dig up a corpse. I trust you abiding by the command to leave Piero and the rest of the monastics in peace. I do think this is a time we are gonna lie. I want him to think that we are listening to him. I do not appreciate your characterization of my reasonable request as frustrating. Nevertheless, I must admit, I have not heard any complaints about your behaviour, for which I am grateful. I know you and Brother Piero are close. You must trust that if Piero is innocent of the Baron's death, God will reveal as much to the Archdeacon. There is more at stake here than you understand, Andreas. That may be, but I can't in good conscience let an innocent man face death while a murderer runs loose. I agree with that. I think that's the best statement of the bunch, which is why I've come to you with a request. And? No, we can't accuse the prior, because that is going to put him on the defense. Because you've got to bear in mind, he's worried, he's panicking. He wants the truth, but he doesn't want it at the cost of another person. A bit like Sister Cecilia, who was unwilling to help us immediately. But ultimately, we got to a point where we learned what happened, and we know that the Baron deserved death, but quite frankly, was not murdered by Sister Matilda. I do want to speak with Voislav as well at some point, because it seems like he's got some information that'll be useful. Given his connection with Matilda and as Stellar's. Maybe he can point us to the location in case there's any evidence. I have reason to believe that there is something hidden in Brother Gerhard's grave, and I'd like to dig it up. Yeah, there we go. What does that have to do with the death of the Baron Rothvogel? I suspect the weapon used to murder the Baron may be buried there. Yeah, that's a great thing to point out. Baron Rothvogel was stabbed. We know the murder weapon used to kill him. Brother Piero was found holding it. The Baron's stab wound was self-inflicted. He was killed by a blow to the head. How do you know this? I recall telling you to stay off Abbey grounds after the body was discovered. It's evident to anyone who gives Baron Rothvogel's body more than a cursory examination. Yeah, we don't want to screw Brother Florian over. Are you suggesting I didn't give the murder of Baron Rothvogel my due attention? You seem to think I don't care who killed the Baron, or whether Piero is the one who did it. I do. But I have a role to play here, and I can't be seen to undermine the authority of the Archdeacon in stepping outside of it. Do you take me for a fool? I will not let you exhume Brother Gerhard's body on a hunch. Father Gurno, there is no Christian reason for a man to hide something in a grave. Wholly agree. Andreas, you fucking beauty, you've done it. Did not argue with Lorenz at supper, convinced Gurno you left the Abbey alone. And we have the orator background. Orator background coming in clutch. Boy! Here we go. And anyway, aren't Brother Gerhard's remains due to be moved to the crypt? It's hardly an inconvenience to do it now. Regrettably, you have a point. If what you say is true, someone at this abbey is behaving very suspiciously indeed. We cannot afford a charge of impropriety, or God forbid, witchcraft from the Archdeacon. Get Brother Volkbert to help you. He will see that Brother Gerhard's remains are treated with all due care. And be sure to tell him I've given you my permission. That will be all, Andreas. Fucking hell. Okay, that is a massive bit of persuasion. Oh, can we have lunch here with these people? Guy. Look who's sitting next to each other. Look. Volkbert and Matthew having a little lunch date. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, that's the lectern. Oh, Adoc, can you have a look at this note? No, you can't. Okay. But Volkbert, we need to have a quick word with. Good day, Andreas. Do you need something? Father Abbot said I should help you if you needed it, so here I am. There's a matter I need your help with. Yes. I suspect there's something hidden in Gerhard's grave. Do you think you could dig it up for me? All of this, we still haven't had food yet. I want to help, but I don't think I should unless he says it's alright. The abbot gave us permission to exhume Brother Gerhard's corpse. It's alright. Yeah, we're not lying to him. That's just truth. Exhume. Dig up. Oh, he doesn't know what exhume means. Oh, then we can. Digging up the body will take a few hours, I think. Do you want to start now? Not quite yet. I'll come back when I'm ready. Whenever you need me, Andreas. Okay, so now we've got that taken care of, so now we can focus on just having some food. Lucas? Hello. Voislav. I'm sorry, Andreas, I can't let you down there. Father Gurno doesn't want anyone to talk to Brother Piero before the Archdeacon arrives. Just a few minutes? I really shouldn't. I need to talk to him. Okay, so Voislav isn't going to let us through. The orator background, once again, giving us a big boost, but imploring Gurno to reconsider holding Piero and asking Gurno's forgiveness for questioning him. Interesting. That's really interesting that those are the things that stop us from persuading Voislav. I mean, it's fair enough. It is fair enough. The guy's just doing his job at the end of the day. Oh, let's go speak with the... Do we want to speak with Prior Ferring now, or do we want to wait until I have dug up the corpse? That's a toughie. I think, as well, for food, I'm going to go eat with Lucky, the stonemason. It made a point of Andreas saying he's never had a meal with them before. Can't do it with Klaus. Yeah, let's go to the Steinhouse. You know what I mean. Agnes. Hello. Good day, Andreas. Did you need something? Might I eat with you and Lucky? I realise we've never shared a meal together. It would be my pleasure. That's really nice. Are you hungry now? Ravenous. Yeah. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. And we pray you keep safe the souls of the two innocents who rest at your side. They are dearly missed. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Two innocents, eh? You're looking tired, Agnes. Did Elsa keep you up late? Oh, look at this meal. Oh, that looks good. That looks really fucking good. Fresh fish, all herbed up. On that fresh bread. Is that a bit of gnocchi on the side as well? I don't mind it. She needs the support and I'm happy to give it. Someone has to look after the women of this town, and Werner hardly cares to. Yeah, people don't like the doctor, do they? Did something happen to Elsa? She lost the child a few weeks back. Yeah, we've discussed this. She was overjoyed when she finally quickened, but her bleeding returned soon after. It has been difficult for her, but she has been through it before. She will make it through again. Come on, tell me it's gnocchi. Swabian it's ravioli! Even better. A bit of trout, a bit of farmer's bread, and a bit of ravioli. That is a fucking good meal. I think we're going to start with the ravioli. She is strong in her love of Christ and in love of her husband. She does dote on him, though Lenhart hardly deserves it. Why is that? The miller is not a kind man, not to the peasants and not to his wife. Spreading rumours is not Christian behaviour, Agnes. It's hardly a secret. The man has power in this town, and he makes certain we all know it. Yeah, the miller does seem like a pro. Take it as a caution, Andreas. Don't get on the miller's bad side. I will remember that. Thank you for the advice. His unkindness is doubtless what caused her bleeding. Elsa's imagination must be protected against troubling experiences. A mother's spiritual well-being is just as important as physical health. I have tried to tell Lenhart the same, but I am just a village midwife. I'm afraid my opinion is not worth much to a man like him. Don't trouble yourself, Andreas. She has her son Paul for comfort. He is a sweet boy and he adores his mother. If he is all the Lord grants her, she will still be blessed. I like that. It's wholesome. But still doesn't detract from the pain. The best thing we can do for Elsa is care for her as neighbours like Christ tells us to. She isn't the only one in Tassing who struggles in her marriage. Even my Brigitte has her troubles. Who's Brigitte married to? Martin Bowler's wife? I didn't realise she was your daughter. That's interesting. Our only living child. Living child, so there's another child who's missing. God rest their souls. Tell me more, tell me more. We should never have agreed to that marriage. She deserves better than Martin Bohr. Hey Dover, good to see you. How's this era treating you? Any women burned at the stake yet for doing math? Not yet, but it's coming. Although there's implications that things are going to go very wrong very fast here. The Archdeacon and the Inquisition are threatening a visit to this little town, and I do not like how it's looking for everybody. She loves him, Lucky, and she had to marry sometime. What could we do? Definitely a drama. Found a man who isn't such a useless shit. At least we got Wolf out of it. I'll make sure he grows up solid. He'll become a great stonemason. Just like his grandpa. Oh, God, now that's a loving marriage right there. Alright, let's have the trout. Now, why didn't you tell Andreas about your work at the Abbey? You said you found something strange in the building. Strange how? Ah, that. I was repairing a cracked wall down in the crypt. The Abbey used to be a Roman fort, right? So, it's no spring hen. I bumped into a relief of the Virgin and a door slid open. Was the damnedest thing. I discovered the same thing. A fascinating architectural detail, to be sure. That old Abbey's full of secrets, make no mistake. Anyway, stuck my head through the trapdoor and one of the nuns screamed. You didn't tell me that part. I felt bad for scaring them. I'm not gonna lie, mate, that's hilarious. You must have frightened Sister Illuminata half to death. Ah, I probably should have knocked first. Never know what you'll find behind the closed door. He was smiling a bit while telling that story. It's nice to see this side of him. Speaking of work, I should get back to it. Still lots to fix after that storm. It was lovely having you, Andreas. Take care, Agnes. Lucky. Thank you for your hospitality. See you around the Abbey, I expect. This will be remembered. Why is that going to get remembered exactly? I mean, I liked that, actually. I'm glad we stayed with them for dinner. Let's chat with Lucky. I want to know, though, because something about the dead daughters has me thinking of the note we found about the women and the innocents taken. Andreas, I have things to do. Father Thomas needs me to help out at the church. After that, I'm going fishing with old Otto. So if you don't need me to repair a wall or a fallen chimney, then leave me be. I can see you're busy, so I'll keep it brief. I'd hope to ask you a few questions about Baron Rothvogel. I don't think so. Why not? I don't want you to. Oh, I don't want to. You are a grown man, that should be reason enough for you. I saw you shouting at the Baron when he arrived in passing. What was that about? Andreas, he did... You know what? The orator perk and background that we took is undeniably coming in clutch. It's giving us access to so many incredible bits of dialogue. Christ compels us to speak honestly, neighbour to neighbour. God damn it? Yeah, God damn it, Andreas. I told you to leave me be. Christ has nothing to do with it. Alright, I won't press you. Good day, Andreas. I don't think he's the killer. I don't want to get on his bad side, but I don't think he's a killer. Well, I think he's capable of killing, but I don't think he's the killer in this specific instance. Okay, I think what we're going to do next is we're going to exhume the body of Gerhardt. There you are, Volk. Hello again, Andreas. Are you ready to dig up Brother Gerhardt's grave? He's so small! He's just a little boy! I'm prepared. Commence the exhumation. No, we are not making a big deal out of this. We're digging up a dead body and trying to discover murder clues. This isn't a pleasant thing. How long have you been doing this, Brother Volkbert? He is small. Well, just since you asked me to, and we came here. No, I mean, how long have you been digging graves here at the Abbey? He's a fucking sweetie. He's an absolute sweetie. Oh, less than a year. A man from the village used to dig the graves. After Father Matthias died, Father Gurno said one of the brothers should do it. God rest his soul. Father Matthias was a kind man, a good man. I pray he's with God now. Do you pray for Lorenz Rothvogel Volkbert? Ooh, that's a charged question to have come out of nowhere. I will. Father Gurno says that the wicked need our prayers most of all. The Lorenz have a reputation for wickedness. I should get back to digging. Prior Ferenc says that idle hands are the devil's tools. I don't know why I'm giving him this voice. It just feels right to him. I like Volkbert though. He's a sweetie. So he's digging. Can we? So we're just in the graveyard for a bit. So let's just take a look around. Sister Maria, the librarian. She must have been from before your time here. Oh yes, Mother Cecilia liked Sister Maria very much. All of the older sisters say she was a sweet woman who loved the Lord. I'll be digging her up soon. For the crypt? The brothers and sisters are buried here until their bodies turn to bones. Then I dig them up and take them to the crypt. That's interesting, actually. I never realised how this process worked. We don't have much space here, you know. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Oh, Father Matthias is here. Yes. Is something wrong? His headstone is wood. Aren't abbots usually buried with more marble? I think you're right. I think all of the abbots are in the crypt or under the church. But Father Gurno said we can't afford to build something special for Father Matthias. Does the Abbey really not have enough money to pay for a new tomb? Oh, I wouldn't know. I think Father Abdut takes care of all that. He and Prior Ferenc talk about money a lot. I still don't understand why Father Matthias died. We were eating dinner and he got sick. It happened so fast. I didn't know him that long, but I miss him. Oh, Volkbert, you are clearly innocent in its truest form. Did you know Brother Jacob from Cologne? No, he died before I came here. Brothers Voislav said he was the funniest man he ever knew. Brother Piero and Brother Adolf agreed. A funny monk? They said he could make his voice sound like any of the other brothers, even Father Matthias. And that he had a face like clay, so he could turn it into all sorts of funny shapes. Some of the brothers laugh at me, but I don't think I'm funny. Not like Brother Jacob was. If anyone's bullying this dear brother, I'm ratting them out to the Inquisition in a heartbeat. Who laughs at you? Brother Guy and Sister Zedena. Maybe some of the others. Oh my god, of course it's these fucking useless shits. Brother Zedena. Oh no, Brother Guy. Naturally just... He's the worst. He's actually just the worst. Sometimes they tell jokes and I don't understand what's funny. When I ask, I don't know if they're laughing at the joke or laughing at me. You shouldn't let people be mean to you, Volkbert. It's not so bad. Besides, I'm a burden to the Abbey. I'm lucky the abbot lets me stay here. But it's alright. No, it's not alright. I'm gonna burn this place to the fucking ground. Brother Voislav doesn't let them hurt me. He's always the nicest to me. Oh. Hey, it's Matthew. Look, here comes Brother Matthew. Yeah. Is all well here? I've already spoken with the abbot. You don't need to concern yourself. Why would Father Gurno do such a thing? This grave was recently disturbed. He was easily convinced that it might be connected to the Baron's murder. Have you been coerced into this, Brother Volkbert? No, I mean, Andreas asked me, and he promised Father Abbot said it was alright. And Andreas is my friend, and... Am I in trouble, Brother Oh my god, no, I don't want him to feel like this. That's an awful feeling. This is very irregular, but so long as the abbot's approved, it's not my place to gainsay him. Clean up when you're done, please. No, Volkbert, I promise you're not in trouble. I promise. That was scary. Let's get back to digging. Do you think I'm going to get in trouble? Absolutely not. No, don't be sorry. Oh my god, no. Oh. I love him. Mother Brunhilde, Abbatasia? No one's buried there. Wait, what? That's just a marker from a long time ago. I need to move it somewhere. Yes, the 12th century, but Abbatasia Kirsal used to be run by an abbess. I don't know, I wasn't. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't want to get in trouble. On my honour as an artist, Volkbert, all will be well. Good, I trust you. Just the simplicity of that. You're a good friend, Andreas. The simplicity of everything he says. I've reached Brother Gerhardt, but... Yes, is something wrong with the body? No, I don't think so, but there's a sack... Juicy. Okay. Okay, we've got something, people. We've got something. What kind of... Let me see it. Good thing we're a fucking occultist. Arcane tools, they could serve no other purpose. Tools like this... No, very different to this shovel. Not quite. Magic tools. 2 are plated with precious metals and engraved. A silver chased rod and a golden plate. The rod has symbols of the zodiac on it. The plate has some script I don't recognise. And a knife. Seems ordinary enough, but together with the other 2 buried here... Why would someone bury those things here? Because they didn't want them to be found, because they're forbidden. Wait, there's blood in some of the symbols on this rod. Dried, to be certain, but not that old. Ferenc tried cleaning this, but wasn't able to remove it all. Could this be what was used to kill Lorenz? I don't know. It's hard to get perspective from this, but if it's a plate, like a plate would probably be a similar circumference to like the top of this hat, so the rod would probably be like this size. If it's solid metal, I mean it's silver plated, you could hit someone with enough force. I'm telling you, it's Prior Ferenc. I'm telling you. Is this the devil's work, Andreas? It could very well be that the devil himself is behind this. No, God help us. The devil called... man. No, Brother Volkbert, there's no question. A creature of flesh and blood did this. Oh, who? I can't tell you, Volkbert. I'm sorry. Why not? What's going on? I don't understand. That's what I need to figure out, Brother Volkbert. Thank you for your help. Vespers? Yeah, it's Vespers. Okay, I want to confront Ferenc. I want answers. A baron murdered at Kiersor. These are dark days indeed. What a time, an awful time. Brother Piero, I admit I would have never thought him the type. What could have possessed him? See, the fact he's talking as if he genuinely did do it. Envy and pride inspire men to madness, Andreas, even old men. But you have come to me for a reason. Do you need something? Yeah, he's happy that the blame's on Piero. I want to ask him, yeah. Where did you get that? You shouldn't leave this type of thing lying around. An unscrupulous person might use it for devious ends. Because this doesn't look good. It's not as it looks. He spit that out there. He meant to coerce me into performing a ritual to help him with a condition. But I refused, as the letter makes abundantly clear. The French disease? The Mercury might explain his cavalier attitude toward our mutual interest. He seemed to believe he was untouchable. I am under no such illusions. What could you have possibly had in common? Books. I am the prior of the Kiersor Scriptorium, one of the few of its kind left in Christendom. Modest though the abbey may be, our library contains works on subjects rarely found beyond its walls. Certainly not all in the same place. For men of certain academic interests, it is perhaps the only place we may meet and discuss them. I've always thought it's a perfectly reasonable area of study so long as you avoid certain subjects. It's a rich area for scholarly insight. The Baron's interest was more than academic. When he wished to make it practical, I refused. There is nothing more to it. He's lying to us. Because we found the tools. You rushed into the scriptorium and hid something strange at your desk. Pardon? And why were you sneaking about the scriptorium? Let us seek a common understanding as two brothers in Christ. Say nothing. The scriptorium is my domain, and you are a guest here. And so long as that is true, I do not answer to you, but the abbot only. Is that clear? Why aren't you the abbot? It's an elected position, isn't it? Did your brothers not find you fit? That's not... I will not discuss this with you. Are we done here? Bless you, Master Melee. He's really blurring the line. Another note. Telling you, he's the guy. There are deep indentations in this parchment. Whoever wrote on this page above must have been angry. I wonder if I could make a charcoal rubbing on this page and reveal the contents of its writing. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Let's do it. Oh, he wrote to Baron Rothvogel. Okay. Alright, we've got potential information. Clear as an Alpine's day, it's a letter to the Baron from Prior Ferring. This must be where Ferring wrote the letter I found in the guest house. Lorenz was blackmailing Ferring. It's the same text. Okay. Andreas, may I help you with anything? I found a strange note in your fireplace. It was written in an unusually fine hand. I found others around passing, with the same hand that seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. What were you doing in my home? I called out your name and I thought I heard a scream inside. I feared you were being gruesomely murdered, so I let myself in. Look at the face, the steely gaze. He's very reactionary to everything we say. Any person of manners no better than to go snooping for everything. He's right about that, but why burn the note if you have nothing to hide? What was left was difficult to read, but I could make out the Red Bird, Matins, chapter, right? Just like the other notes. Not that I noticed, but then again, Andreas, it was small. I could have easily overlooked it. Surely it's just a loose scrap, but the hand was handsome, you're correct. Unlike anything penned by the brothers in the scriptorium, to be certain. How unsettling. Do you remember what the note said? Oh, wait. Bless me. No, only that I found the contents nonsensical and disturbing. The remaining legible part read, "The Red Bird." You don't know what that could be? A scrap from some bestiary? I couldn't say. My eyes watch the heavens, not the trees. Although we do not see many red birds at this altitude. The common robin, perhaps? Or a swallow? But that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it was nonsense. I know German isn't your mother tongue, but I don't believe for a moment you don't know that red bird is Rothvogel. It was trash, nothing more, and I have naught else to say about it. One more thing. Who has access to your home? Everyone at this abbey. But what does it matter to you? It was just a scrap of paper. I'm not sure yet, I just have a strange feeling about it. Perhaps you should pray the Lord settles your spirits, or I might have some quiet. But don't you find the coincidence strange? No, we operate a scriptorium. Master Mailer and house, perhaps, the largest library in Bavaria. We are awash in parchment scraps. They multiply like silverfish between the pages of our books. Great line! Are you satisfied now? I suppose that will have to do. Thank you. Excellent. Are we done here? I will leave you in peace. Be well, Friar Ferry. Be well, Master Mailer. He's the killer. He's the killer. Far too much points to him. He's far too evasive. Everyone else has been up front when we've addressed things with them. I'm confident. Can I speak with Father Gurno? In the Abbot house? I can't, but I can pet Mirabilis. Needs to be done. Okay. Make our way out of here. I'm confident we have our culprit. So now, all that remains is getting on the good side of people in the town. Just in case we can find out who's responsible for writing this note. God be with you, Andreas. Do we want to have a meal with Otto? Did you have supper plans, Andreas? Want to join me and my dad at our table? I'd appreciate that, thank you, Otto. Yeah, let's go for it, why not? We know that his dad went fishing with Lucky as well, so maybe we'll get more information. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 So we got the pieces. Oh, this looks good as well. More fish. Is that a bit of salami and egg? How are you feeling today, Dad? Hands been killing me. Back's been killing me. Goddamn knees been killing me. Welcome to old age, old Otto. You want some advice, boys? Don't get old. Is there some way I could help? I'm not as educated as Dr. Stoltz, but I studied medicine at university. Already talked to that fraud for all the good it did. I'd be better off talking to a priest these days. Got you. Only relief coming my way's death, I suspect. A farmer's fate ages you beyond your years. Yeah, that is true. It's back-breaking work tilling the fields. Just look at my boy here. Works too hard, he does, but what choice does he have? None, with the abbot breathing down my neck. I tell you, he wants me to replace the roof on his house next. Jesus. Didn't you just replace the one on the scriptorium? Yeah, and I made a mess of my shoulder doing it. The way that bastard Gurno orders me around, you'd think I'm one of his little monks. Alright, now for the real interesting part about what we have. We have a poached egg, salmon, and rye bread with fresh butter. Look at this, man. That's fresh fish, too. He caught that in the waterfall. Probably with Lucky. Oh, it looks incredible. Now, priority number 1, 100% is the poached egg. I don't want it to go cold. He works you like a dog and says it's for the glory of the Lord. It's not right. But the work does need to be done, and Otto's the only carpenter in town. I agree with both of these statements, but I think it's not I agree. Easy enough for you to say, but it's my work that keeps you warm when you're scribbling away in that scriptorium. Wait, what? I just agreed with you. Apologies, that was not Christian of me to put that on you, but neither am I wrong. The abbot's bad, but the miller might be worse. That shithead Lenhart's been screwing us for years with his talk. Yeah, these guys are bitter. He's worse even than you know, or will ever have to know, being a visitor for which you should thank the Lord. Imagine your only income for the years was in the wheat you could grow in the summer, and the miller determines how much it costs you to grind into flour. What if you have a poor season? What if the miller raises his toll? What if everyone has a great season, there's too much goddamn flour to make any money with it? The farmers are at the mercy of the weather, the church, and the miller. Two of those are beyond their power to influence. But the miller is their neighbour. He sees them struggle. He should help them, but not Lenhart Muller. He only takes more. I hadn't considered it like that. God willing, Lord willing, Lenhart will meet justice in this life or the next. I suspect I know which Otto prefers. You accusing me of unchristian behaviour, Master Mailer? On to more pleasant pastures, eh? You see any of those nuns while you were working, Otto? Dad? Oh, Dad's got a nun fetish, has he? Alright, let's have a bit of salmon now. Salmon to go with that poached egg. And wash it down with some good old bread. Bread's always a great thing to end on. Especially when you've had egg, you can mop up the yolk. It's delicious. I remember that Cecilia woman being pleasant to look at back when I worked up there. Mother Cecilia would not appreciate being spoken about in that way. Yeah, she wouldn't. We've got to be better than locker room talk. I don't mean anything by it, just using the eyes the Lord gave me in the way he intended men to use them. Treating women as objects. Looking at buttocks. Rumpage. Other pretty sisters up there as well. Sometimes they catch the wrong man's eye. Oh God, isn't that the truth? Shame what happened to that one a while back. Glad she came back though. Sister Matilda, I heard she had a run-in with the Baron. Alright, yeah, let's finish the bread. We knew she was attacked, heard rumours the Baron was responsible. We never learned the details, Abbey business and all. Still a pretty woman since she came back, but her kind eyes turned some kind of sad. Now, if you want to hear all of Tassing's little secrets, you should go to the spinning bee. That gaggle. You can see them cackling from here. I was invited to attend. Should I go? Sure, if you're interested. I always get a kick out of it. Not just because Ava's there. Certainly doesn't hurt. Oh yeah, we know he's in love with Eva. Hey son, I need you to lay down. Why don't you say goodbye to your friend? Oh, I need to lay down, yeah. Sorry, Andreas. The old man needs his rest. Rest well, old Otto. Oh no, of course, thank you for having me. Sure, of course. Interesting. I mean, friendly enough, you know. I can understand why the Ottos might be a bit bitter. They've got a rough lot. They're treated poorly, overworked, overtaxed. It's not like they're unjustified in their thoughts and feelings. Wait a second. What is Brother Voislav doing here? Voislav. Andreas. Christ, there you are. Brother Voislav, what's the matter? It's the Archdeacon. He's come early, with an entire retinue in tow. He's questioning everyone who knew the Baron and Brother Piero. I've already told him the little I know. He expects to speak with you tomorrow at Nonne's. He requested you specifically. Did he say why? It's no secret you've been poking about the town and the Abbey, sticking your nose in the rot. I hope your prying has borne fruit, or Piero's neck will meet the sword. I've done my best with the time I've had. If only I'd had a couple more days. Yeah, God, we needed it. Whatever happens, Piero knows you've been working hard on his behalf, and he's grateful for it. Only Andreas... What is it? It's just, you know as well as I do, the Baron was not a good man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got, just... You think hard about what you tell the Archdeacon, and who you tell him about. You understand? You're worried I'll tell the Archdeacon what I've heard of Sister Matilda. Yeah. All I'm saying is, in your searching you heard anything about her, I'd ask you to keep it to yourself. I'll do what I can to protect the sisters from censure. Yeah, I like that. That's all I would ask of you. I shall return to Kiersol. The abbot will be having a fit right about now. Be well, Andreas. I will pray for Piero's deliverance tonight. You should as well. This is tricky, so are we not going to have any time in the morning to do anything? I don't know where the stream died for you guys. But I really don't know if there's any explaining what the hell's going on, depending on what got cut. I really don't know how to explain this. But kind of just... Joseph. Andreas, when are you coming home? Dad, I'll be... Oh, it's our dad. Oh, we're dreaming. Okay, we're fully dreaming. I'm a little nervous about this girl, Sabine. Don't worry yourself over it. I barely knew your mother before we were married. Besides, you need a wife if you're going to start your workshop as a master. That's the law. Yes, of course. You were talking to Fat Bulb Monk Guy and then stream dropped. Okay, got ya. I'll fill you in. He basically asked us to not say anything about Sister Matilda. And then left. And we went to sleep and now we're having a weird dream. You're not going to quit like you quit university, are you? Ha ha. Yeah, let's just laugh. No, of course not. Good. If it weren't for the work I did for the Rectorate, you never would have had the opportunity. Most people never get a second chance after they throw something away like that. Just say nothing. We'll see you when you get back. Sure, alright. So it was just as you were going to sleep. Yeah, that would be right. So do I want to just roam around the city? I'm assuming then that this is Nuremberg that we're walking around. Yeah, there's no... I guess we just go to the centre? Ooh, Sabine! So this is the woman we're going to marry. Oh, it's you. Sabine. She looks Dutch. I only have the picture of you, the one my brother Daniel made. I really don't have any idea what you're like. Do you really want to get married to a stranger? Why should that matter? Oh god, it really was a different time. Right, everyone keeps saying that. That's why I'm saying it to you now. Because I'm saying it to myself, yeah. So this is a really weird little lucid dream sequence. I'll see you soon, Andreas. For real, I mean. I suppose that's true. Until then. Very curious. Oh, now... Oh, we're back with these guys, okay. I remember this initial dream that kick-started the game for us. So we've got Socrates, Prester John, and two other people whose names I can't remember. Oh, Saint Grosjean is the jester, isn't he? Apologies, Your Majesty. My mind has been preoccupied by a tragedy at Kearsall Abbey. What manner of tragedy? The murder of a nobleman, a close friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. My friend, Brother Piero, is the abbot's only suspect. I know that he could not have done it. How do you know? Examine your assumptions, my son. In addition to having no motive and violence not being part of his character, he's not physically capable of the act. He is of limited strength and has a palsy in his hand that makes holding a paintbrush difficult. It's inconceivable that he would have the strength and resolve to kill the Baron with a blow to the head. A whole lot of inconceivable shit happens on this hell of an earth, Andreas. Oh, Grobian, yeah. I do not deny that it is possible, but I believe it is extremely improbable, Beatrice. So what do you intend to do about it? When I'm brought before the Archdeacon, I'll tell him what I know about the other people who have motives to kill the Baron. I have to believe he'll see there are much more likely suspects than Piero. Why have you taken this task upon yourself? Yeah, why have we? There we go. I have to save Brother Piero's life. He has no one else to help him. Yeah, I think that's the crux of it. Your love for and devotion to him speak well of your character. A man who is humble before his elders honours also his gods. Thank you, Socrates. Of course you'd say that, old man. Yeah, you're kind of right, Saint. He is right, though. If Andreas doesn't help him, no one will. Exactly. I understand why the brothers and sisters cannot act against the abbot, but I must do something. Why does that shit-for-brains abbot care about the death of a useless fart like Lorenz Rothvogel anyway? Powerful people get upset when other powerful people are murdered. This could threaten the existence of the Abbey. Yeah, that's the truth of it. Oh no, the Abbey. Who gives a damn about those hypocritical assholes? In any case, Andreas' ability to prevent Piero's death depends on the judgment of the Archdeacon. Wise or foolish, corrupt or just, the Archdeacon will be the first and possibly final arbiter of Piero's guilt. Andreas must win the Archdeacon to his side using the tools favoured by men such as him. Reason? Pah, what's the last time you met a man who was truly ruled by reason? Wisdom? Wisdom can be shared, but the audience may not comprehend it. Authority? Despite your talent, you are merely an artist. He has been invested with power by the Prince Bishop of Freising. You have no authority with him. Honesty? You must be honest in all things, Andreas, but many are not willing to accept the truth. And the cost of honesty can be high. If wisdom Authority and honesty cannot triumph. What am I left with? Hope. Lies. Fuck off, Grogan. Truth. Above all, faith in Providence. Well, what do you plan to tell the Archdeacon, Andreas? There were other people in Kearsall and Hazen or Tassing who had motives to kill the Baron. Sister Matilda was badly beaten by the Baron for resisting his advances. She almost died. Why was the Baron not punished for it? Because he's a Baron. Yeah. It seems the Baron was beyond the reach of justice, at least at the time. Mother Cecilia sent Matilda away to a hermitage to recover from the rest of the nuns. How did you come to this understanding? Mother Cecilia told me that the Baron had harmed the nun during his last visit, but would not tell me more. I crept into the Abbey's library after dark and investigated the nuns' admittance records to learn the sister's name. Once I knew the name... Wait. Oh no, yeah, that's what we did. We spoke to Matilda specifically. You risked a great deal by trespassing in the library. Right, Andreas might have seen the monks and nuns fucking scandalous behaviour. We kinda did. Lorenz couldn't get away with a nun and he almost killed her for it. I wish I could say it's surprising. Yeah, it's not, is it? Sister Matilda's motive is a powerful one, but why... Oh, but by what means might she have killed the Baron? She may have hit him with a shovel. They found the bloody shovel in the convent garden. She claims she used it to kill baby rabbits, which we know is true. I remember now, Gertrude mentioned that she hoped Mousefanger would get to the rabbits before Sister Matilda. Mousefanger being the cat that hunted rabbits for him. A plausible weapon to be sure, a shame we cannot confirm whether the blood of the tool belongs to Lorenz yet. Modern forensics have not really found its place yet, have it? Are there any others you suspect? Prior Ferrick feared the Baron would report his occult interests to the Inquisitors. This, I think, is a more powerful motivation. It's immediate threat of life rather than revenge. Self-preservation. Prior Ferrick and the Baron shared a fascination with the occult texts. The Baron was pressuring the Prior into performing a ritual for him while he was visiting Kearsall. When Ferrick refused, the Baron threatened to turn him into the Inquisition. How did you come by this knowledge? I found written evidence, a letter from Ferrick to the Baron in which he discusses all of these matters. I mean, material evidence is far more compelling than hearsay. It is a dangerous thing a monk dabbling in the occult. His very soul could be in danger. Forget the soul, he could have been defrocked, excommunicated, even killed. All for a little curiosity. Better to stay stupid and ignorant, that's what I say. Jester's privilege is wild. We're well aware. You get it, Beatrice. I've read many of the same books Prior Ferrick has, most of them are harmless nonsense. That is not the position of the Church, who views these matters suspiciously in the best of circumstances. I also found a cipher that the Prior had left on his desk in the scriptorium. When I deciphered it, the message pointed me to a freshly disturbed grave in the cemetery. I received permission from Father Gurno to dig up the grave, and what did we find inside? Occult tools that Ferrick had hidden. Why hide them and why leave a note? I suspect he hid them in case the Baron made good on his threat to summon Inquisitors to Kearsall. As for the note, I am not certain. Prior Ferrick feared loss of his status, his life, and even God's grace. Men have killed for less. How might the Prior have accomplished the deed? He may have killed the Baron with a silver rod, the one we found buried. The Prior uses it in performing his rituals, and there are traces of blood on it. If that was the weapon, it has a certain dramatic propriety, at least. It will be a challenge to condemn a Prior for murder, but if that is where the evidence leads, the Archdeacon should see the wisdom in it. Are there any others you suspect? I found no other suspects. There definitely are others, but we focused on the two to really get the depth out of the mystery. And I think of the two, the Prior is a more compelling case. Both in terms of evidence, dramatic structure and narrative, and also likelihood, just statistics. You have brought a worthy mystery before this court, Andreas. I pray to God we have granted you the insight you need to face the coming challenge. Thank you, Your Majesty. I am prepared to meet the day. Before you go, Andreas, there is one more thing to consider. You will be summoned to the Archdeacon to tell him what you know, but you need not tell him everything. I think I understand. There is a place for a noble lie. This is not one of them. Why? The Baron is dead. All of the people with a motive to kill him suffered, either directly or indirectly, from his wickedness. Simply mentioning a name to the Archdeacon may endanger them, whether they had anything to do with the murder or not. Right. No point throwing everyone waist-deep shit in... Oh. No point throwing everyone waist-deep into shit. Okay, that makes more sense. I protest any attempt at deception, but you must ultimately follow your own conscience, Andreas. Little time remains before you must stand before the Archdeacon. Use it wisely. I will do my best. Until we meet again, Andreas, God be with you. And also with you, Your Majesty. We have time, it seems, for one more bit of stuff. I think what we'll do is we'll go spin the yarn. Here's some rumours about the town. Andrew, Ursula continues to be the best. Yeah, let's go spin some yarn. We're not going to find any more major evidence. And this could be a good way for us to, well, get in good with the people of the village. Joanne. Andreas was just wondering when you'd turn up. The gaggle said you'd come to watch them spin. Between you and me, Hetty's not about to let you go once she's got you in her claws. So I hope you've got a few hours to hunker down and get comfortable. I'm happy to spare a few hours. Yeah, I am. Hetty will be glad to hear it. She's got a fondness for you, heaven knows why. Hey! Leave it out, you cheeky bastard! No, I can't let you inside among the unmarried girls, being unmarried yourself. But you're welcome to watch through one of the windows. I understand. So here's Hetty. Already the gossip has begun. That idiot never did see trouble. He didn't want to jump in feet first. Who are they talking about exactly? Veronica. You don't think he's gone to Innsbruck? Oh, they're talking about Martin. Yeah. Lord No? Yeah, Lord No. Innsbruck's got to be small time to that little shit now. Yeah, they're talking about Martin. You think he has something more exciting in his mind? Oh, Ursula's coming to us with some yarn. Oh, and there's a little kitten in the bottom left as well. I didn't even notice it at first. Oh, that's the best. It's a big world. Perhaps he intends to explore it. Or escape. That nobleman was just murdered up at the Abbey. Oh, is Ursula coming to play with us? Oh no, she's just wandering. She's just wandering. I see. She's sitting with her sister. Martin picked an awfully convenient time to run off. Oh lord, no, he's not the killer. Martin's not the killer. Andreas was friends with the nobleman. Do you think Martin could have, you know... What motivation could Martin have possibly had? It's not our place to say. Martin has a nasty little habit. He's gotten better. Once a thief, always a thief, I say. Nope, that's not the case. Earlier they said that Ursula gets a bit of wool to play with because she's too young yet to learn how to spin. That's brilliant continuity. Well remembered, zombie. Well remembered. I saw Martin running away from the Abbey the morning Lorenz was killed. Martin might be a thief, but I don't think he's a murderer. He's a coward at art. Oh, even good scolding. Do you think it takes a brave man to commit a murder? Not a brave man, but a bold one. And Martin is not that. I feel so sorry for Kat. hearing her son get talked about in her community like this. He's your problem, Cat. What do you think? Could he have killed that man? Oh, Veronica's not happy either. Johan, this is a matter best left to the proper authorities, not a spinning bee. Imagine being tried by a gaggle of peasant women. That's unkind, Johan. It's the truth, isn't it? Doesn't matter if it hurt your feelings. She's right, Johan, you're being unfair. Remind me, Andreas, whose home are we in? Oh, lay off him, Johan, Jesus. Andreas, if you're just going to stand around, how about I put you to work? If you're going to gossip with the girls, you might as well spin with them too. Oh, we're going to get to spinning, are we? Oh, shit, okay. Oh, he's got a smug look on his face, Johan has. Okay, how does this work? It's a mini-game. Draft wool from the distaff and twist it tight, then keep spinning the tight yarn onto the spindle. Once there's enough yarn on the spindle, collect it at the bottom and begin again. Draft, twist, spin, collect, repeat. Draft, twist, spin, collect, repeat. Draft, 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 draft. Oh. Oh no, spin, 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 spin. Okay. Okay, we got the hang of it. Do you know, I took Ursula to play with Gret's daughter the other day. And there was a strange man in the bakery. Was he polite to you? I can't believe Ulrich would stand for anything less. He was very reserved, dark skinned, quite tall, and wearing a tunic. Oh, that must be Sabat. He liked the rye bread, I remember. Who is this man? Why am I just now hearing about this? I believe he is staying at the Abbey. That must be Brother Sabat. Brigitte and I saw him walking up there after visiting the shops. He seemed lost. Where is he from? Does he speak German? Christ, I hate being the last to know. Spin. Oh, draft, draft, draft. Spin, spin, spin. Draft, draft, draft. Spin, spin, spin. Collect. Expertly done. Quick fingers. Spin wool as fast as the ladies. Hey, we got an achievement for being a master of the craft. You know, I saw Big George talking to that nun again. The young one. Oh, who can blame him? God damn it, Johan! Who's the young nun that Big George is speaking to? He knows she's trouble. I told him to stay away. Oh, is that Sedena he's talking about? She's very pretty, isn't she? In a mean way. Pretty, perhaps, but a nun all the same. He knows better. When has that ever stopped Big George from doing anything? Fucking hell, Eva, come on. We have plenty of pretty girls here in town. My Veronica's not half bad. Mom! Oh, Veronica, you poor girl. Let's not give Andreas any ideas, eh? Draft, 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 spin, spin, spin. Draft, 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 spin, 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 collect. We're the wool fucking master. Oh, look at Ursula and the kitten! Brigitte has been spending a lot of time at her mother's house lately. Agnes is glad to have her home, and Lucky's always treated her like a daughter. But I can tell they're concerned. Are Brigitte and Martin having trouble, Veronica? That's one word for it. Brigitte does what she can, but one thing... But nothing pleases Martin. He won't lift a finger for her or Wolf. He's such an asshole. Well, that's not his business, is it? Women's work and all that. You ever seen him doing men's work, Dad? Can't say I've ever seen him do much work at all. Perhaps Lucky can talk some sense into Martin. He's always been a devoted husband and father. I bet he's a good granddad, Lucky, as well. Lucky Steiner is the model of what a man should be. Draft, draft, draft. Spin, spin, spin. Draft, draft, draft. Spin, 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 collect. Oh, Osso's coming. Is everyone behaving themselves in here? Veronica. Oh, it's you. Oh, clearly not too happy to see him. Afternoon, Otto. Come to see anyone special? Hello, Otto. It's good to see you. I heard laughing from the road and knew you all had to be up to no good in here. Oh, Ursula and the kitten are sleeping together down by Eva's feet. And look, there's Andreas. Have you been minding your manners? Old Johannes is a real stickler for propriety. I fear I've been yoked to the wheel of propriety my entire life. Right. What was I thinking? You're probably going to take everything you hear to the abbot. Whoa, Otto! As if the abbot cares what the common people think. The abbot's really not so bad. Easy for you to say, considering you're not subject to his whims. Otto is a bit of a prick, isn't he? Just a bit of a prick. He's a bit too antagonistic to us for just existing. Listen, you're a fine enough man, Andreas, but you're hardly unbiased. Too much time listening to hymns, not enough time working. That's your problem. No wonder you're not married, Andreas. Johan, you can suck a dick, mate. We all know you work hard in the fields, Johan. No need to boast. He works hard in other places too. Oh, Hetty! You dirty little minx. You've been in town a few months, Andreas. Got any burning questions you've been meaning to ask? About Kearsaw Abbey. I was told that the abbey was built on the ruins of a Roman fort. Sure was. You can still see evidence in the construction if you know where to look. The old fort ruins extend through the forest and into town. You better watch where you step, Andreas. Oh? Why is Eddie saying that? You could fall down into a collapsed aqueduct if you're not paying attention. A young man took a tumble into a pit when I was just a girl. Broke his leg in an awful way. A bad break is very serious. Did he survive it? He's with the Lord now. I remember when I was a child thinking the ruins might be haunted. The crying! Yes, you could hear it echoing through the old tunnels late at night. How terrifically spooky. Isn't it? I love ghost stories. Yes, I suppose ghosts could perhaps maybe be real. Oh, look at him. Fucking... Don't you mock me, Otto Zimmerman. Come on, Andreas. Surely you've got better questions than that. About Tassing. What about the old anchoress? Oh, Sister Amelie. You know her, Veronica. We're not dear friends or anything, but sometimes she has these fits, you know? And if Father Thomas isn't there, and I have time, I'll wait with her until he arrives. That's really kind of her, actually. Since when? I didn't know anything about this. Ah, and here I thought you just adored the church building. You're so funny, Veronica. Don't make it sound so weird. She's nice. And someone should be there when she's in pain. That's all. I like Veronica. I like her. She's a good egg. A damn good egg. Father Thomas told me she receives visions from God. She has been blessed by the Lord. I wonder if she may have arthritis. The joints swell and it becomes painful to move. Father Thomas suggested her body was in a great deal of physical pain in addition to her spiritual pain. My grandmother was similarly afflicted. It was terrible for her. God rest her soul. I prefer my blessings to come in the form of golden. She's been in Tassing for near on a decade, hasn't she? Since I was a girl, certainly. We've grown up with her in a way. The Woman in the Maze. It's like something from a tale of knights and monsters. She's trapped in a box. I don't think there's anything romantic about that. Veronica is a fucking real one! Aren't you a little know-it-all? I didn't realise you were an expert. I don't know about you girls, but I'm sick of this war. I'm sure we've all got other chores to get to. We got some good info out of that, actually. I'm glad to have that over with. Now I don't have to think about wool for a whole year. Oh, I was having such a nice time. I certainly learned a lot. Care for an escort home, Eva? I'd like that, yes. Oh, we got to see the courtship. I expect everyone will be on their best behaviour going home. They always are. Johan, please. Andreas, will I see you home for supper? I'll have something to take care of before, but I'll try to make it. This was very illuminating. Thank you all for letting me join. I think... Okay, there's a couple things that I want to take out of that, but I'll talk about that in a bit. Nonnes is when we're seeing the Archdeacon, if I remember correctly. Now, I'm mindful of one thing in particular here, which is the Roman ruins extending throughout the place. Feels like a really important thing. And I can't quite put my fingers on why. Is there anyone at the Shrine of St. Satia now? Nope, still nothing. If they run throughout the town and the woods alike... And... Oh! It's just Andreas. Oh wait, Veronica and Brigitte are here. Hi, Andreas. Veronica, no! You can see us. Afternoon, girls. Are you here for a swim too? Oh, you... We don't do much swimming in Nuremberg. In fact, I never learned how. I don't think Franz or Johan would enjoy me. Oh no, appreciate me joining you. Probably not. Oh my. God, don't invite him in. Don't worry, Brigitte. He won't do anything weird. You won't do anything weird, right? I was out for a walk. I didn't even know you two were here. Well, we are. And you shouldn't be. We should be getting back for dinner, actually. Mum will be wondering where I am. I'm not getting out with him here. Oh, I see your dilemma. I'll go. It's fine. It's not. Franz is going to be so mad. Have a good dinner, Andreas. Are they? Are they? Or am I projecting? I think I might be projecting a little bit. Still can't get down and to see whatever the shiny thing the kids were throwing rocks at is. Okay, yeah, let's leave here and leave the ladies too. I have a distinct feeling that the Roman ruins are going to be integral to the story in some capacity. At the very least, there are more secrets at the Abbey we haven't discovered yet. Who the fuck is this? Ricard. What? Haven't seen you around before. Who are you? The Executioner. Got a problem? Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, I've got a bit of a problem with you. Name's Ricard, if you care to know. Andreas Mailer. Right. What do you want? Just saying hello. How charitable of you. Most folk won't be seen talking to an executioner. That's a shame. It's odd, I'll tell you. Folks shun the executioner and cheer for the sword's blow. That's a very good point! Does it ever bother you seeing people shout for another's death? Why should it? Besides, a few pints and I forget their faces anyway. God, I could use a drink. I'll leave you to it then. Yeah, honestly, the idea of an alcoholic executioner makes a hell of a lot of sense. Did you need something, Master Mailer? You know what, let's eat with Smokey. Are you sure? Why wouldn't I be? Most decent folk don't like to associate with my kind. They like the charcoal, but they hate the burner. That doesn't bother me. Well then, I suppose you're welcome. Yeah, fuck it, why not? Oh, we get to eat with the executioner too. This is interesting. Ricard? Why not? I'm just visiting anyway. Man has a right to eat where he wants. Alright. Good. Good. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 Yeah. This is a weird meal, this one. What do we have? Ooh, picnic style. Vaxlav. We have room for one more. It will be alright. Alright, we've got cheese. If anyone starts any trouble, we've got an official killer to protect us. True enough, but the sword's no good in a fight, and I'm not much good in a brawl. Not many would share their table with an executioner. Thank you for it, Cola. Just wish you had more beer. Thank you for the hospitality. Of course, we're glad to have you. How else will Václav get his town gossip? Stop, I don't. Alright, I was only kidding. If gossip is what you crave, dear Václav, I am more than happy to provide. I don't. Smokey is. I like to talk to people about their beliefs, that's all, not gossip. Smokey was making a stupid joke, don't mind him. Don't sulk about it then. Alright, options. We have mountain cheese, jerky, and almonds. This is like a real assortment of snacks. More like a picnic. I think we'll start with the almonds, get the fattiness out of the way. I'm not a huge nut man, so it'll be good to get that nut in my mouth, down my stomach, and out of the way. In truth, I'm the gossip master mailer. I can't carouse with proper people, but I like to know what's going on. Ooh, jerky or cheese? Now this is a difficult question. I think we'll go for the jerky because it will be drier and a bit more chewy. The cheese, nice and moist, soften it up. If you tell me some of your gossip, I'll tell you some of mine. That sounds reasonable. Yeah, why not? I've heard that Big George, the Gertner's boy, is up to mischief with one of the sisters at the Abbey. That is not what we heard! That is not what we heard! That doesn't surprise me. The good brothers and sisters may have the townsfolk fooled, but not old Smokey. They get up to all sorts of things in these woods. Oh? Yeah, what sort of things? Smokey. Probably shouldn't go telling other folks' tales, Cola. Oh please, no one around here cares if I live or die. They sure don't care about what I say to people. Pfft, until they do. Finn, say what you want. Oh, fine, say what you want. You know that monk and nun who do the shopping in town? Brother Waslav and Sister Matilda? Well, they do more than shop together. Fucking everyone's sleeping together. Everyone's sleeping together. It really is a true depiction of human existence. They meet in the woods sometimes, where no one can see, no one except old Smokey, and do the things adults do, you understand? Christ, Cola, do you think he's an 8-year-old? What? It's true. Good for them. If they're happy, what's the harm? That's my take on it. They certainly seemed happy. Very happy, if you get my meaning. Yes, I understand. Thank you. Yes, well... You heard anything else lately? Nothing else comes to mind. Good. Gossip makes trouble, and it can get people hurt. Or run off, or killed, and a lot of times they didn't even deserve it. You two are like a couple of old women. No fun at all. No one's getting hurt. We're just telling stories. Alright then, what have you heard? Václav knows something about the Prior, don't you, Václav? Ooh! All more evidence against the Prior. Why are you dragging me into this? Okay, here we go. Look, either you tell the story, or I tell my version of it. Stupid. Fine. A few weeks back I saw the man, the Hungarian, in the woods. He was doing some kind of ritual with blood. Blood magic! The use of blood is often associated with black magic. Black magic? Well, I don't care what colour it is. It sounds bad to me. Whose blood was it? That's a good question. His. He cut his hand in the middle of the ritual and dripped the blood into a cup, I think. He kept repeating some phrase over and over. What? Sex Luke's Tenevri or something? Scared you, didn't it, Václav? Well, I don't mind if people have strange beliefs. Let people do what they want. I just don't like blood. That'd be difficult, obstacle in my line of work. What's inside the body should stay inside. Some invocations require... Yes, do the bidding of the practitioner. That sounds bad. You heard anything else lately? No, nothing. No matter, there's plenty more to tell. Well, the whole town's built on Roman ruins. We learned that. Pieces of an old town sit underneath the abbey too. Hundreds of years ago, Romans built all sorts of things up. Then one day, they just vanished. We built on their old bones. You still have to be careful where you step in the forest. You're liable to fall into an old ruin. Or get scared halfway to the grave by a ghost. A priest told me there's no such thing as ghosts, Cola. They're real. Smokey saw one. They may be false, but certainly there are many who believe. Listen to Smokey and you might become a believer. What did Smokey see? Because we had that experience with the aqueduct. It was late in the evening, the moon was high, painting the leaves all soft and silver. I heard a rustling in the meadow, like wind through the grass, like whispers. I looked up. This is my favourite part. This is good. It actually is a good story. He's a good storyteller. And there he was, standing in the meadow, like he's carved out of moonlight, bent near in half. He looks at me, and it's like I've been speared straight through to my soul. Just these two eyes like dark pools, boring right into me. And his edges, the borders of him, they shimmer. So hard it hurts to look straight at him. I can't help it, I blink. Like God himself closed my eyes, this chill wind blows through me, the very breath of winter. And when I look back, he's gone. An incredible story. Also, not the first ghost story we've seen. God damn it, Cola, you trying to scare everyone with that shit? That is a fucking great story. Good story, well told. I love how the executioner reacted to that. Thank you, I appreciate the kind words. I think others have seen what I've seen. Must be a lot of godless Romans under this dirt. Anyway, these ruins are haunted. Hey, Smokey, I have to get back to sharpening knives for the albums. Alright, enough talking. Good to see you, Master Mailer. Drop by again sometime. Smokey, anytime for you, man. Good egg. A good egg. And now we approach the important moment. The chapter house to speak with the Archdeacon. This is what we've been building up to. All of our investigation is built to this, and we keep finding more and more evidence and suspicious practices from the Abbey itself. But most notably, in this instance, Prior Ferenc seems to be the one who I am going to condemn to the Archdeacon, especially with the evidence we've uncovered. Guy, Adoc, everyone is just here. Although, to be fair, I feel like a lot of the people who are here have been called up as witnesses to testify to the certain things going on in Tassing. Different elements of the relationships between people and how they come together. Nice to see the blood spatter has been cleared off. And now we meet the Archdeacon. Please state your name for our records. Andreas Mailer, journeyman artist from Nuremberg. What is an artist doing in Kearsarge Abbey? The Abbey still has some commissions from wealthy patrons, and I need the money before I return to Nuremberg. Arnold, please write that down. I think we're ready to begin. So Jacob is the Archdeacon. Looking at him, he radiates authority. We cannot fuck around. We have to refer to him with the appropriate title, be upfront. Otherwise, we're going to be the one on the chopping block. Now then, Master Mailer, what was your relation to Lorenz the Baron Rothvogel? I only knew him for a day, but we were on friendly terms. Do you feel you had a sense of him as a person? Yes, Your Reverence. How would you characterize him? Oh God, I'm worried about this. I don't want to categorize him as a fine man, because he wasn't. I don't want to say confident, overbearing, used to getting what he wants, because I don't want to rub him up the wrong way. But I also don't want to talk ill of nobility in front of an archdeacon. Shit! I think we're going to say this, and hope I have an opportunity to elaborate. Do you have a problem with the nobility, Master Mailer? Thank fuck. Orator once again coming in strong. Of course not, your reverence, but even noblemen may be tempted to abuse their power. I understand your meaning, yes. Do you know of anyone who had a reason to harm the Baron? I can think of a few people, your reverence. Good, that might help us solve this problem that faces us. This Baron... Oh, the Baron Rothvogel was murdered here, in this very room. Someone did it. Father Gurno believes it was one of his monks, Brother Piero. I have met with Brother Piero and questioned him at length. While it seems unlikely that a man of his age and temperament could murder the Baron, he was discovered in flagrant delicto. Do not interrupt him. Piero had reasons to resent the Baron. The loss of his work, the insistence on discussing the writings of the troublemaker from Wittenberg. And as for his age and infirmity, I myself have read of many cases in which a man of modest strength succumbs to the temptations of the devil. Once seized by a devilish fever, the poor sinner gains an infernal power that allows him to inflict grievous wounds, sometimes fatal. What I am saying is that in spite of the curious circumstances, Brother Piero is the most plausible perpetrator of this vile act. I understand that you were on friendly terms with Brother Piero. You also interacted with the Baron, both in the town and the Abbey. Did you witness anything that suggests someone else could have murdered Baron Rothvogel? Okay. Now we can choose who we do and don't mention here. I don't want to mention Lucky, because he's flat-out incident and merely mentioning him could cause problems. We're not going to mention Matilda, because it could spell death sentence for her, or even just getting kicked out of the Abbey if she isn't condemned. We have no reason to believe Martin's the killer. None. In fact, when he ran away, yeah, he stole things, including this special blue leather book, which has something important in it which we don't fully know about. I'm pretty confident we're just going to go straight for Ferring. It is an extraordinary claim. You're completely correct, Your Reverence. The abbot speaks highly of the prior, and he oversees both your and Brother Piero's work, does he not? Yes, Your Reverence. An extraordinary claim requires extraordinary evidence for me to take it seriously. Why should I take the word of an artist over a respected officer of this abbey? I can provide evidence of Prior Ferring's motive. Please do so. See how quickly that was scribbled out there. The urgency and desire. Baron Rothvogel and Prior Ferring were exchanging letters about performing a magical ritual during the Baron's visit. You have proof of this? Yes, I do. I have a letter the Prior wrote to the Baron. In it, the Prior mentions that he will not perform a ritual for the Baron, even if the Baron does follow through on a threat to implicate the Inquisitors to Innsbruck. An implication of necromancy is a serious matter. The Prior's position would have been in peril, possibly even his life. And how do you believe Prior Ferring would have killed the Baron? I pray you will not say it was a magical ritual. I found a silver rod that belongs to Prior Ferring. It has dried blood on it. A silver rod? Likely a magical tool of some sort, but it is of a size and weight appropriate for the head wound that the Baron received. How did you come to possess this item? One of Prior Ferring's concerned brethren delivered it to my keeping. I would prefer to keep his name out of the records. Highly unusual, Master Mailer, but I will heed your request. Is there anything else to say about the Prior? No, Your Reverence. Very well. Who else may have wanted to see the Baron dead? I don't want to accuse anyone else. I don't want to muddy the pool. I can think of no one else who could have caused to harm the Baron, Your Reverence. Very well. Are you aware of anything else that might shed light on this case? Has Brother Florian told you about the note he found in the Baron's clothing? Yes, Brother Florian explained how he came to find it and told me its contents. Master Adelager had entered his testimony in our register. I don't understand the implications. Who is the innocent? It's not clear to me either, Your Reverence. Do you believe the murderer wrote it? Whoever wrote it was a talented scribe. I understand Kershaw has two, the elderly brother Adok and the younger brother Guy. To be frank, Your Reverence, neither man has the skill to write in this way. There's something else about it too. The style is just different. It's unlike Adok and Guy's writing, unlike mine. Something about the way the first and second strokes meet on the A and G. Yes, well, whatever the particulars, it seems it will remain a mystery that stands apart from the commission of the murder. Unfortunately, there is more to tell. I found more notes. Notes written in the same hand on the same type of parchment to those who had a motive to kill the Baron. That is deeply troubling, but again, beyond the bounds of my investigation. In any case, I thank you for bringing it to my attention. Of course, Your Reverence. Until next time. Hopefully, there won't be a next time. Yeah, I think we're just going to say until then. Public execution. Andreas, I didn't think you were coming to this. I didn't think I was either. I suppose I wanted to see how this ends after all. It was the prior of the Abbey. If you can believe it, did you ever talk with him in the Abbey, Andreas? So, Ferenc is going to be executed. I don't know if that... So now this is a really interesting point. I don't know if Ferenc actually is the killer. It's not confirmed. He doesn't confess. We accuse him based on the evidence we acquire. And he dies. So in reality, we could have got anyone killed. We could have literally killed anyone in the village. Anyone that we could find motive for, at least. I worked with him every day. He was obsessed with dark magic. It was only a matter of time before he got caught. I think it's safest to say that, because given the time period, the 1500s, association with dark magic would be enough to get anyone killed. So even if he isn't guilty of the murder, we'd think we're getting a dangerous person killed. Did I miss anything? No, you're fine. Andreas? Otto? It's interesting as well that we're coming to this after the insight we gained from supping with the executioner. People cheer for the sword, shun the one who swings it. I didn't do this, God knows it, even if you do not. This can't be happening, this can't be happening. Ferenc, oh, I don't know. The way Ferenc is... Oh, God! This is horrible. I ordered the executioner to carry out his duty. I warrant him peace and safe conduct, whatever may befall him. Watch or look away. Are we going to Game of Thrones it and do a smash cut so we don't see the execution? No! My God, my God. We need to see this through to the end. We're the reason he's dead. This is going to scar us, I think. Hold still. Oh my God. That was... That was very real. That affected me more than I expected. Oh shit. Okay, so we're getting blamed for this by Gurno. The Archdeacon wouldn't have reached his verdict without your testimony. I read it. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. You are no longer welcome at Kearsall, Andreas Mailer. I will send your final payment to the Gurners. May you have a long and successful career in Nuremberg, and may you never travel this way again. Wow, okay. This is only Act 1. Okay. End Act 1 out of the Abbot's favour. Andreas, has the time come for you to leave us? I'm afraid so, Brother Piero. This farewell will have to be brief. Father Gurno made it clear I was no longer welcome at Kearsall. I pray that time will soften Father Abbot's heart. I hope he eventually realises you were only trying to help me. This is a sad parting, but inevitable. I had hoped you would stay a bit longer. But the world needs you more than Kearsall does. You have grown beyond this old abbey and become a master in your own right. I will miss you, my son. As I will you. I love Piero. Come, your masterpiece is complete. May I see it one last time before you go? Please, I value your assessment. The opinion of one old monk matters little. All the same, I am excited to see it finished at last. Holy shit! It is a masterpiece, truly worthy of the word. Look at the colouring! Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the Gurners in the bottom left as well. And it appears you took my advice to heart. What advice was that? To put yourself into the work. Not just to interpret another artist's work, but to transform it into something true. You can see this is the people of Tassing. This shows the world as it is, as you have seen it, even if it is not what we may want to see. Though it is not my place to say so. I am proud of you, Andreas. Thank you. Oh, we dropped some. What's this? A scrap of parchment? Wait. Do not return here. A warning? All said by Piero. So we received one of those notes. Wait. How did that got into our journal? Brother Florian and I found a similar note in the Baron's clothing. And I found more notes delivered to others while I was investigating. Wait a second. Hang about that! That is an amazing insight! They tugged at those secrets to get him killed. Like someone pulling at threads that have been buried in the past. A frightening thought, but who would do such a thing? God knows. He does, and I hope his love can still the wickedness in the heart of whoever wrote this. Do not trouble yourself overly about it. Your future lies outside of these walls. I hope that you will have time to visit me once or twice in your travels before the Lord takes me. I hope so too. Assuming Father Gurno doesn't forbid it. We must have faith that better days lie ahead for all of us. God bless you, Andreas Mailer. Thank you for your friendship. Until next time. I do hope we get to see him again. Fuck, what? Okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna quickly catch up on the channel point requests to just have me hydrate and look after myself. That's not our son. Okay, yeah, because he's calling us Master Andreas. That's not what a son would do. Right now, though, I do feel like I'm going to be drinking shakily. A lot of emotion. So we've returned many years later. Are you alright, Master Andreas? We didn't... We didn't get to see him again. We didn't get to see Piero again. Would you like me to leave you alone? No, Casper, it's not necessary. There's nothing to be done about it now. It's too late. Like, so many things. Andreas Mailer, I never expected to see your face here again. Have you been in Nuremberg for these last... It's been 7 years! 7-year time skip. No, Nuremberg for a few years, but I received some lucrative commissions abroad. Oh shit, okay. Okay, oh, so this is actually, okay, another major choice for the story of Andreas. Okay, so whatever we pick will teach us some of a language. Poland teaches us the majority, or rather the most languages, with Polish, Czech and Hungarian. English, we just know some English and cultural elements of England. France, French, and Paris, Tours, and Dijon. Aragon, we learn Spanish and bits of Arabic and can reference cultural touchstones from Barcelona and Valencia. These are all very powerful options. But I don't know where I want to have been. Okay, okay, I have to process 7 years of grief in 5 seconds. This is a bit much, if I'm being honest. This is a bit much. Okay, it's fine. It's all fine. I think we're going to go ahead and pick our language as... Where could potentially be the best? No, I know. I'm not trying to meta it. I'm just trying to think about what would be the most interesting. Like, what could potentially have the results. But let's also acknowledge that Brother Florian, the physician we worked alongside, was Polish himself. In fact, we've had a lot of encounters with Polish people across the Abbey. But there's French sisters in the nunnery. Where would we have gone? The book I took from the library was French. I'm going France, I think. Or am I? I love the idea of being able to speak some Arabic because it's so outlandish compared to anything else that we have on the list. But Poland... No, we're going Poland. I was in Krakow, the court of King Sigismund. He has a great passion for humanism as well as new Italian and German art. Did you have occasion to paint the king's physician, Jacob Isaac? Who's Jacob Isaac? Oh! This guy! The guy who we worked with before. Not to paint, but I did meet him. I was surprised the young King Sigismund had ennobled him. An interesting man. You don't meet many Jews in nobility, in Poland or elsewhere. Poland is one of the few places Jews may live in peace. Big up to Poland in this era. Provided the king doesn't have a change of heart. I'm surprised you care at all. Honestly, yeah. In spite of your extensive travels and success, you're still not welcome at Kearsarge. The abbot hasn't forgotten what happened. 7 years isn't all that long. I simply wanted to pay my respects to an old friend. Surely you understand that. I understand why Father Abbot expelled you from the abbey. What were you expecting? A hero's welcome? The golden hand, I'll tell him, but I can't imagine he'll care. Why is he so rude? God bless you, now be off. Yeah, that's Brother Guy. Revolution? June 1525. This is the morning! That monk seemed unhappy to see you, Master Andreas. Why is the abbot so angry with you? That's a long story. Toward the end of my stay in Tassing, there was a murder at Kearsarge Abbey, a nobleman. Father Gurno panicked and accused my friend, Brother Piero, of committing the crime. I helped convince the investigating archdeacon that another monk was responsible, Prior Ferring. He was executed for the crime. You got someone killed? It was that, or let an innocent man die. That's not much of a choice. Still, I would have been scared. Why didn't you mention it before? Well, I suppose it must have been a hard situation about if the abbot is still this mad at you. I had to make some difficult choices. Maybe they were the wrong ones. I have to live with that. I don't know if they were right or wrong. I truly don't. Why did we come here if you're not welcome? I wanted to pay my respects to Brother Piero. And, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to returning to Nuremberg. This commission, it's an obscene vanity piece under the pretext of a religious scene. My patrons just want to celebrate themselves and their wealth. I dread each new commission more than the last. Every step I take toward home is agonizing. But, Master, you're famous and rich. Your work is wonderful. When I saw your altarpiece in Nuremberg, I begged my father to help me become your apprentice. I don't understand how you could accomplish all that you have and be unhappy. This is so fascinating. We're dealing with such complicated emotions. I thought that was my dream. Once I wanted this life so much that it consumed my every waking thought. I don't know if I've changed or if what I wanted was never really real. Maybe I've been a fool this whole time. I want life as an artist to be better for you, Caspar. Learn from my mistakes. Alright? Yeah, I want that. Alright, Master Andreas. I shouldn't be burdening you with such dark thoughts, Caspar. Come, let's visit my old friend Klaus. It's been too long. As you like, Master Andreas. Sweet. And, after a myriad of adventures, my dearly beloved friends, that is going to be where we end today's stream. We'll upload this to the VOD, so if people missed anything and want to catch up on it, by all means, do so. If you don't, hell, that's completely fine too. You're welcome to do with this as you please. For now, I'm going to be disappearing to go sort out some food, take care of myself, do some life bits. But we'll be back tomorrow to continue into Act 2. This game has surprised me time and time again, but right now I've got a lot of things to process. And if you guys are like me, feeling a lot of the big, particularly the big sad and the big mad and the big confused and the big think, you're not alone in it. For real. There's a lot of emotions floating around from that. It's going to take some time to process. If you need to talk it out, throw messages into the void, the chat, the Discord, whatever feels right. And just know that we're all here together to look out for each other in this little community. Let's keep it that way. Take care of yourselves, me lovers. Goodbye, peace, and see you soon. Bye.